new one, or do we want to
Yeah,
keep
I
this?
can. Well, so what I can do is mark the clip, which is what I'm doing right now.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's easy enough to just shave off the first half hour.
Yeah. If I mark it, it should, which is what I just did.
Will it be as crisp a shave as Ethan's beard?
Shit, hold
Clearly.
on. I shouldn't have started the stream. I hadn't even opened alchemy yet.
I haven't slept in a day. I haven't showered in a day and a half, and I haven't shaved in like 2 or 3 days. Like,
I'm
it's
glad
been
we're streaming
me
this.
in a booth in a closet, just like no, I don't stink. I have cologne and stuff on, but I
think
more
I
of a
saw you
cologne man
streaming the other
myself,
day in
too.
like. I think I saw you streaming the other day in like NTX or whatever, and you just the angle you had. I'm like, you can see how clean your shave line underneath was.
I have to put it because my booth is so small. I have to put it like down here. Like my camera is like I can move this thing. It's like down here.
No, but the problem is, Ethan. I'm like, oh, this is a perspective I never expected before. I'm not sure
I know
how
it's
feel
very
about
like,
it.
hey
First
everyone,
person.
welcome to the stream. Watch me make this book from down here in my lap.
No, but
I
this
hope
is
you
the thing.
enjoy
If you look down, it gives this whole perspective of point of view.
That's what I'm saying. It like blowjob POV kind of setup. I didn't love that. Okay.
I love the fact that we went
We are
live.
live. Yeah, we're
Blowjob
live for a
Oh,
while.
no. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh no.
Still slightly.
So, folks, if you're interested,
So when I go live to record,
you can watch this guy right here from that POV.
it's a BJ POV if you're into that. Why did I make this
Which,
so
let's be
fucking
honest, we're a nerdy and dirty
They heard
podcast. Who's
everything.
not into that here?
Okay, I don't know,
I
guys.
want to watch myself from that perspective.
Wow, leave that silence to make me regret my entire life.
Everyone's else like, I don't like you that much.
Everything. If you don't know what
Let
you're
me
getting
get this
into at this
fucking-
point, we can't say
We heard everything. Fuck you, hell.
Yes, we are at 20
Okay.
sessions, Marie.
Okay, I think it's
I
fine.
told you I'm
listening
fucking
to it,
old.
too. It sounds okay.
You can legally drink. We can legally drink in Australia.
Hell yeah.
In Canada.
20?
Yeah.
Canada. And
At
Britain.
19.
More of a blip. Okay, cool. All right, then let's get started because fuck, it's 44 minutes past, and we're gonna lose all of you to sleep at some point. So, welcome to Punch and Roll for Initiative, a nerdy and dirty D&D podcast made up of audiobook narrators. I am Ethan Gray, your dungeon master, and I don't have a lot to promote this week. I just finished my very first ever podium project. It's called Stirring Spurs, and I hope that you will listen to it. It's by M.A. Wardell. I highly recommend it. It's the cutest, maybe the cutest romance I've ever narrated in my entire life. And I really, really adore the characters. It was a lot of fun. There's a second standalone book coming out soon as well, and I will also be in that. So if you're into cowboys and queerness, then you might enjoy that. I'm going to go top left and around. So for me, that is Zach up next. I can skip you. I know you're busy.
Yeah. The glitch there really helped.
It
punctuate
was
what
so
you were
good.
saying.
Yeah, that timing was too perfect.
We're not going to worry about blips. I'm sorry if you're on the
Stream
Okay,
couldn't
we're
even
weird.
hear me, so
We're going to not worry
great.
about it anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. The
It's-
stream couldn't hear me because I
we're
muted
gonna-
myself
We're
on
also
the
a
stream.
podcast.
Yeah, that's
Oh
fine.
no.
Oh,
I don't
no.
care. It's done. It happened. I don't give a shit. It's fine. They'll hear it on the podcast. I'm
All right,
sorry, stream,
fair-
but I
all
don't
right.
care right now.
It's
It'll be in
okay,
the
Zach.
podcast.
Marie, you're up next.
Hi, my name is Marie Mitchell. I currently, I just finished recording, or wrapped production actually on a really cute rom-com that's coming out in the next week. The Trouble with Love and Coaches by Harriet Ashford, co-narrated with Gabriel Michael. So if you like bantery schmantery fun, triathlons, and sexy time, it's gonna come your way soon. I play Kaida Thorne, a human fighter who is just a big friend, a big sister to all, and a friend to many. Fun fact about Kaida is back on the farm, she used to challenge the other kids to flour sack deadlifts. And she still brags about holding the record even if nobody else was playing.
Oh, I love her.
Next up is Cleo.
Hello, I'm Cleo Birch, voice actor and narrator. Most recently on my docket to talk about. One, actually, we started our session 0 for my stint with Unbalanced Encounters. It's going to come out in like a full year, but it's still going to be really good and really fun. I'm really excited about that. And next is I was recently cast as Moxie Monroe in Moxie Monroe Private Eye. It's an audio drama series. It's like fantasy noir. It's very like the classic 50s mystery.
Awesome.
I'm so excited. The team is absolutely amazing, and the project to fund the first episode is going to come out November 1st, and a Kickstarter will actually be coming out with it to fund the rest of the episodes. And it's a really cool, really dynamic show, and kind of it has an overall plot, but each episode is also going to be its own like just set of hijinks, and they're casting essentially per episode as we go. So I'm really excited to be working with this group, and it's going to be really fun and good. And I'll be talking about it more because I'm in it and I want to support it, and it would be really cool if some other people did too. And yeah. But I play Iris McGugan. Sorry, Iris McGugan. And fun fact about Iris is that when she and Henry retired, she got into playing cards with like a seniors group that was in town, and there would often be like raffles or like little contests. And Iris had a stint of winning almost every single one until people got really sour about it, and then she was asked to not enter into these raffles anymore. And she's still a little bit bitter about that.
I'm bitter about it.
Right? Right? Some people just have to do better if they want to win raffles.
Were you cheating?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
How can you cheat at a raffle?
Exactly.
That's what I was trying to figure out. It's like, did you somehow?
How did you cheat at a raffle?
I feel like Iris would somehow. All right, Rhodey, you're up next.
Oh, okay. I can hardly hear you.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I am Rhodey. I am a audiobook narrator, voice actor, audio engineer. I'm currently voicing a few different projects right now, which is pretty exciting. But I don't know when they're coming out. One just came out for Audio Mazes, which I got to play a trying to remember what the title's called, but it's a vampire focus. It's like a Buffy-esque storyline. I get to be like the angel-ish character, like the sidekick, and that was a lot of fun.
Let's Take My Heart, I believe.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. 'Cause I'm the buddy like goofball in that one.
Yeah. We're both in
Oh,
that
you're
one.
the
I forgot.
Santa.
Yes, he is. But that came out recently. That's fun for the holidays. I am also editing an audiobook right now. That's pretty exciting. For Tegan as the head narrator for that one, so that's good. I am Raz, or Raziel, son of Adriel. That's only relevant now because of where we are. And my fun, quote-unquote, fact is the sword that he's always polishing is actually the sword that was used to cut his wings off. So
Did they
you
chuck
go.
it down there with you when they kicked you off the edge?
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
the
they
sword-
just tried to hit
here's
him on the way down.
The sword was a gift from his father, and his shield is a gift from his mother, and so those are the two things he always holds. Well, ritually,
But-
the sword goes.
But
Okay,
they
but
took-
wait. He's making a good point. He gave it to you, but then he cut your wings off with it, and then
gave it back
And
to
then
you
what?
and then
He
knocked
probably
you off the
I
edge?
Threw it,
no,
yeah.
I'm gonna say he threw it off,
Yeah.
right?
okay.
He
Alright,
had
sure.
to.
I think someone made a game of trying to hit Raz on the way down with
There you
it.
go.
Yeah. Like if I
Space
drop it point
invaders.
first,
This is why I don't
it'll
use
go
that anymore.
faster than him and impale him, right?
Right? Yeah.
Or kill somebody on the ground. Who knows?
They don't care about the ground dwellers.
Those vermin.
Oh man, I'm
Those
sorry.
were-
I don't know why that tickled me so much, but it's giving me. Okay, sorry. All right, sorry. Moving on. Aaron,
It's giving
you're
you
up next.
ideas.
Hello, I'm Aaron. I am a fantasy narrator. I'm currently working on Uprising by K.R. Solberg and C.R. Jacobson, which is a fun fantasy tale, and the fellow narrators here will be able to.
Oh, damn.
Yay! So I get to do a lot of different voices and a lot of different styles for this one, which is fun. Well, I play Redvold, the barbarian within the party. Now, Redvold, fun fact about Redvold, is that he really, and I mean really, almost obsessively, enjoys building sandcastles. He likes to put all the little details in and everything. It's great fun.
If he was in our real world, he would totally paint Warhammer miniatures.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And I did. This is another bit of self-insertion here. I played the Warhammer models all the time.
Do you have a 3D printer? I don't think we've ever talked about this.
I
Feels
used to
like
have
something.
one. It didn't survive the trip from UK to America.
No.
Aw.
Now I make stuff out of leather.
Like you can see behind him,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
look
fabulous.
in the background.
Yeah.
Do you want to show it off real quick? Just because it's so cool.
If you don't mind.
Preparing everyone for some leather ASMR.
We're like an hour
Yes.
after. I'm not worried at this point.
Yeah, this session's fucked from the get-go.
That's okay.
It's
I
a
hate
face
it.
hugger
Like,
face mask.
It's so
Thing is-
good.
You should post this and like tag the new Alien show because they would. love
Yeah.
this. That
That's
feels
so
like
Oh,
something
that's
they
such a
would
good.
love.
Ah. Oh my god.
The new Alien
It's
show.
so
would-
I
unsettling.
bet it
freak out
smells
about
better
this.
than what they used in the show.
Oh yeah, whatever latex garbage they use. But that's brutal. It looks so real too. That's the thing that's so off-putting about it. Is it
I think
looks-
as well, because the black on the ends of the legs for like the strapping at the back, it kind of, from a distance, it gives it that discoloration that kind of spiders have on their legs.
yeah, like a
Disconcerting. Yeah. It's so cool.
My wife doesn't like it being in the house.
I agree.
I can imagine why.
I take it to work with me.
She expected to come to life and
It has to leave the house. I couldn't have it in my house. It'd make me too horny. Anyway.
I think we're starting to get that
Face hugger
answer
of a
about
different
sleep
kind.
deprived versus drinking even.
Versus Buzz.
This is energy drink, so it's fine. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh dear.
Tegan, you're up.
Hi, my name is Tegan Burke. I am a voice actor and narrator like my fellow cohorts here. I've been kind of busy at the moment. I'm actually in the process of recording not one but 3 books. End of Tomorrow by Thalia Kalkipsakis. It's a 3rd book in the Lifespan of Starlight series. We've also got Blondes, Bikinis and Betrayal, the 3rd book in the Life's a Beach Cozy Mystery series, and Fire's Hand and Fate's Heart by Lindsay Brunstein, which is a fabulous fantasy novel, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately. I play Emmy Demira, the local warlock of the group. Local warlock? Okay, I'm not going to question my
Your
interest.
friendly
in
neighborhood
Not our
warlock.
international one.
warlock, but we hired
Yeah,
you.
we outsource the warlocks. And my fun fact about Emmy is she is the only one of her siblings who did not go on to study magic because, unlike her sisters who had to have a natural affinity for it, she did not. So she went into linguistics so that she could help translate for her dad in his studies as a cartographer and genealogical specialist, basically. So she could just feel involved and help. So,
So she's a
Yeah.
cunning linguist.
yes. Yes, obviously. So,
Don't you sigh like that, Rhodey.
Maria had the same joke in my head. I'm like,
And
how am I gonna fix
I'm not going to
this?
lie, I had written all of that down as a little note because I always seem to be the last one and I always forget what I'm going to say by the time we get to me. So I have a little note. So, yes, that's all me.
I know it's late. We also have a couple of very fast announcements. One is we want to announce that we have a new staff member, our first official staff member in Mealy. Mealy is a voice actor who is also, or voice actress who is also a editor and will be editing our podcast for the upcoming future, which means you might actually get to hear the podcast because the rest of us have not been able to do it. So she's doing a fantastic job, and we really appreciate her. And I also want to turn it over to Cleo to give us one other announcement, and then we will jump in.
Yeah. So it's Halloween season, bitches, and we're doing things for it. The week of Halloween, we're going to be doing at least 3 different special things, one of which is going to be a movie night that we host on our Discord server. So if you've not joined the Discord server, please do. We're all going to be hanging out, watching movies, well, one movie, having fun. I shouldn't say which one. Come to the Discord server if you want to know what movie it is.
Especially because we allow votes for what movies we're watching.
Yeah. Hey. And then on the 29th of October at 7:30 p.m., we are going to be running a Halloween-themed version of The Cunning Folk. It's going to be fun. It's going to be kooky. It's going to be costumes. And it's the lighthearted, campy Halloween. And then on the 31st, we're going to be releasing our Halloween special, which is a one-shot of the Magnus Archives TTRPG. That one is real spooky. The Cunning Folk will be real fun. So both sides of your Halloween coin are covered. If you're good with one and not the other, please come check it out. I believe the Magnus Archives episode will be released via Spotify podcast version, and on our Patreon you will have us in our full costumed horrific glory. And I tell you, I did look fucking horrific, but it's fine and it's good because it's creepy. But yeah, so you should totally go check it out. And thanks. Don't start before 10.
I do have one little side note just attaching to Punch and Roll. We just letting everybody know we have a change in schedule as well.
Oh yeah, if you're not in our Discord, go look it up. We're doing different streams. Like the 29th is I'll be playing in that game. That's a Wednesday, so we'll have some upcoming weirdness in game stuff over the next few months while we catch up on, or next month while we catch up on our backlog. Okay, let's jump into the game.
Yeah,
I just wanted to point it out so everyone knows that our next game is actually in 3 weeks, not 2.
Yes, we will not be playing in 2
because
weeks.
Halloween's a holy day. It's not.
It is.
It's a day we got other shit to do.
The highest gay holiday that we're allowed to have.
Exactly.
Okay. Jumping in, I'm going to kind of skip a lot of the preamble, but our heroes have been moving south on a mission to find the god Anand, the first god that was ever created by the kind of original god of the world. He decided to go down to a place called the Shimmering Rift to try to find something, and as a result has not been able to reach back out, and you're not sure why. You were sent down by a god named Bast who serves Anand, and on your way down you've encountered a number of different interesting people and challenges, including some family drama and things like that. You ended up in a place called Luxus, which is Raziel's home city, state capital city, where you all discovered that he's kind of a prince in the best way that you can think about it. This culture is very much built around war and around strength, but they have they're kind of converting into an almost monarchy-like system. And Raziel is the son of the now self-proclaimed king. But alongside that, he has a new half-brother who is the son of Iris's daughter. So this is a weird kind of family connection going on as Iris's daughter has moved to Luxus, fallen in love with Raz's dad, whose name is Adriel, and they had a child. In discovering this, they accidentally happened upon Raziel's mother, who invited BDSM into her back office to kind of show her something she's been working on. and in doing so, revealed that she had been in the process of somehow honing or opening or controlling or containing a portal to the world below. And in doing so, as soon as she came in with the baby, because she currently has Henry, um, the Raziel's mother opened the portal, allowing this like spread of darkness all throughout the island above. There's, if from the bottom, it almost looks like a cone of black, like dark night spreading up from the bottom. And within that darkness, up came these like insectoid like creatures, which have immediately started to attack all of you. And where we left off last, all of you were actually still in combat with a few of these creatures. As a reminder, Redvald, you and Emmy have just killed the spider-like things with big butts that were near you. That was kind of an accidental image creation on my part, but they had big butts.
They did not
Currently,
like
Can
it.
they lie?
they did not. I'll let both of you did the joke. Raziel and Adriel are both locked into a room with what appears to be some kind of a cricket assassin and a weird centipede that has a baby face. And the rest of you are in the main kind of like buffet area, and where the crystal is, the solarium, and the main like dining room where there was a large buffet. And the only remaining creature out there is this large snail-like looking creature that is about 10 to 12 feet long. And about 8 feet tall. He's a Snavil, is what he is called.
The Snavil,
and with
the Mantipede, and the cricket.
I named them all goofy things. I don't know. At the top of the round is Adriel. So we're going to jump right back into combat. As we jump into combat, Adriel immediately draws his sword against the thing that's trying to lick his foot. The remaining one is actually an old man-faced centipede that is trying to like slobber on his toes, if you'll remember. And so he's going to try to cut that thing off of his foot because he does not like that. He thinks that's nasty.
Not a footman.
He looks down and he says, "Get out of here, you beast!" And he slashes through it. He manages to hit it and see if he does any damage. He slashes twice, only hits once. This thing. Oh yeah. He reaches down and that thing is just like down there going, "I like feet. I really will." Like licking all over his foot. "Get off me. Abomination!" And slashes through its head and it dies. So that one's gone.
You'll know that somebody just clipped that little
You clipped it last time.
I
for
said it a
sure.
bunch. I said it a bunch in the other one. And he will turn to face the Kraken, having just to like demolish this thing. And Redvault, that makes it your turn.
Okay. There are no creatures immediately within, like, our
No,
vicinity.
you can hear all around you. You're hearing the like sounds of screams, and you're listening to these things crawl along rooftops, and you're hearing like slams underneath you. You're hearing what sounds like movement. You're feeling vibration, and every once in a while you'll see just, it's very dark, but you'll see up in the sky like the silhouette of something that suddenly you see something dart into the air, snag it, and then fall back down to the ground. If you've ever seen those spiders that jump up and eat birds, that is very much what it looks like is happening in the sky right now. It looks like this place is getting absolutely demolished. And so you're hearing a lot of that. You're smelling like blood, and you still smell the like toxic like slime that was coming off these strange insectoids that you just managed to kill. And you hear your compatriots in the other room fighting something, because you just heard a loud lightning bolt noise rocket across the room.
And Emmy is right next to me. Just
Yes,
behind
she
me,
is right next to you.
right? Okay. Then I hold my hand out to Emmy, ready to go. And then I would like to use whatever action economy I need to pick up Emmy and then run.
Okay.
Let's piggyback this Spider-Man.
I will give you an option here, because you are both in the turn order at the same time, but you were faster than her.
Yeah.
So you can either, you can carry her, I think, without any real challenge. I'm not going to make you roll anything for this. And you can go your full movement, which will save Imania's movement speed, so that whenever you get to wherever you're going, she doesn't have to use it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any reason to charge you for anything for that. So if you just want to run her along, you can go where you want to take her. Just show me where you want to put her.
My movement speed is 45 feet.
Right.
For some reason, how
Is
do
it
I
not measuring
measure?
right?
There we go.
So it's
So-
about right
About there.
there.
All right.
I don't know if you can see, but
So I grab Emmy and run up here.
okay. That is your
Does-
move action.
That's my move. Okay.
Yep.
Then I am in my wolfen pack form, which means that any ally within 5 feet of me gets advantage. Well, no. Any ally gets advantage on any target within 5 feet of me. So once I carefully put Emmy down, I then charge headfirst at that monster.
Nice.
So I take a dash action
Right.
and essentially headbutt the snail. But it's not. I don't have an attack, so I just charge.
No, you
For
run
vibes.
right into it, just like. Oh.
Standing
I
Do you have
inside
any
it.
bonus actions you want to use?
I don't have bonus action economy for that.
Hello, dear.
Oh dear.
All right, Emmy, it's your turn.
Reeling a little bit because it's definitely a lot faster than she expected. Emmy doesn't really want to run in because she's kind of fragile. So she would do a spell of some description, but what spell is the question? Oh god, I hate this character sheet.
You have
for
advantage if
spells.
you use any like spells against the Snavil because it currently has
Which
red bolt.
that is incredibly what I'm going to do. But what am I going to do is the question.
If it helps to phrase the room, currently you can see like there's like a path of lightning and the smell of ozone is laid out across the room that just hit this like Snavil that's in the middle of the room sort of. Next to it is Mayhem, who is like she's still in this like half ice shield bubble that she sort of formed around herself, and her eyes are rolled back, and you see Charlotte against the door trying to bang on this large door to open it.
Part of me wants to do like a spell that's going to do damage to make use of his boon that he's given, but I'm going to attempt to
do
hold
you.
person on the Snavil.
It is not a person. It's not a human.
Well, tell us how you really feel, Ethan.
Jeez,
Snavils aren't people.
that's actually
I
fair.
remember
You know,
correctly, hold person doesn't work on anything that's not.
Yeah, you
creatures.
hold
Yeah,
monster.
you've got, it needs to be a humanoid person. Yeah.
yeah,
humanoid.
this is not a humanoid.
Okay, then. Do I want to do?
Eldridge Blade.
You know what? Do I do the standard? Oh, fuck. I don't know. Yeah, well, Eldritch Blast. Why not? That's 17. Wait, no,
actually,
that's a
17 hits
12.
the-
Wait, 17 does hit, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
17 hits a Snavil for sure. They have very low AC.
Yeah. Pew.
They're not hard to hit.
Uh, 15, 20. I'm going to get over here and actually, using my movement, if it will allow me to, I'm actually going to stand in front of Iris's daughter.
Okay.
I'm fragile, but bugger it. Okay.
Okay.
Stand in front of Iris's daughter to kind of like, I don't know, protect her. I don't know.
Aw.
Roll
I'm
the
not- I'm not
roll
sure.
the damage on that attack. You're also level 5. Do you get to do 2 beams or just 1? I think you get to roll again.
You
The
should have
damage,
two
I believe, was
beams.
9.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the
beams?
damage. 9. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you get to roll again with advantage because you may get to hit it again.
19.
If it's 2.
I mean, I can try it. I can roll again to see if I, for the advantage.
See if you
and
crit.
See if I get a 20.
Yeah, see if you crit. Yeah.
I do not, so.
Okay.
So, an additional 6.
It takes 15 damage. It's looking bad. It does not look like it's very healthy. As a matter of fact, you notice that as you hit it the second time, the force hits it, like a big crack ripples through its shell, and as it like rears up, and you see the bottom little like, I don't know what you call it, the like ribbon at the bottom of this thing is just like wriggling. You watch as it looks like the eyes inside of its face are like shifting upward.
Yeah.
And is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I think no one's looking particularly injured, are they? yet that I can see.
Is anybody in the crew hurt badly?
No.
Not badly.
Yeah, I am. I've got 6 HP, but I'm
Yeah, but I can't
Well,
see
you're behind
you.
a big marble
You're in a
door.
wall.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't see you, so then no, because I could have done some healing as a bonus action, but I can't see Raz. So
Is Kaida in our initiative thing? She wasn't here last week when we rolled initiative.
Oh, that's a good point.
she's standing near a buffet table currently.
Yeah, I don't know why I
As
didn't. It
she
should have
should.
still rolled her in. Can you roll your initiative if it let you, Kaida?
I can smack it. Yeah.
Smack it.
How do I do
Did that do anything? It disappeared.
that? Let me see. I don't know.
Yes, you
Yeah,
are
you're in.
before
Yes,
us.
you are
Cool.
after Mayhem. There you are. Perfect. Cool. Okay,
I know
so
I am.
then it's Mayhem's turn. She's concentrating on something, and you actually begin to hear what sounds like water. It sounds like water is moving outside of the building. You're not sure exactly what that means, but Mayhem
Plug
is
that
concentrating
hole.
on something, and she is doing something with water.
Sorry.
New catchphrase. Plug that hole. Kaida, that makes it your turn. You were over at the buffet. There's a big snail in this room, but you also see that Charlotte is like trying to like pick up and move this big marble door, and she's not able to do that. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do. That snail seems like it might be
Where-
dangerous, but the door's also a problem.
Which one is Charlotte?
So Charlotte's right here.
Oh, okay.
And she's standing. There's a door that separates. If you look at this, like sort of semicircle here, this wall. There's a big marble door, or it's almost like a stone. Like you're not sure what the material is, but it looks like marble, and it's so heavy that she's not able to pick it up, open the door.
All right. So the snail bro was cracking and doing something creepy with his eyeballs. So hopefully that means he's close. I'll go over and help with the door.
Okay, you can roll an athletics check, or well, what do you want to do with the door? Do you want to try to open it? You want to try to break it? What do you want to do?
I'm try to open it or push it out of the way.
Okay, roll an athletics check.
Charm it right off its hinges.
Oh yeah, with a
Yeet.
26.
Hell yeah.
Emmy, you watch.
Turkey drumstick
kinda-
between the teeth, just.
Kind of runs over and is like, walks up. Well, you tell me how you do this. I'm not going to describe it for you. How do you do this?
I liked you describing it.
Okay. It's a large like marble door you have to like lift up and carry. And for most people it is a burden to move. We've lost Cleo for a second, by the way.
I'm gonna
no.
assume her laptop has crashed.
Oh no.
Does do that
no.
sometimes.
But you were able to so simply just like you pick this door up and open the door. So surprising in how heavy this door is. Like Adriel turns to look at you like, what? He's just like shocked that you're able to move this door this way. You still have a movement, and if you want to use a bonus action, you can do that too. So you have a little bit of movement left.
I'll move back
Yeah.
towards the snail in case it needs to be slapped again.
Okay. Sounds good. This doorway opens in, so all of you can now plainly see that Braz and Adriel are fighting some sort of cricket thing that has what looks like a violin string that it's whipping at them and cutting them to hell. They're getting a little beat up by that
I believe
thing.
you called him.
He's a
crassassassin.
cricken. He's a cricken assassin. Raz, that makes it your turn.
Yay. All right. I'm behind the thing, right? Or is he attacking me?
It is kind of like looking at both of you, like
Okay.
it's standoff wise, but yeah, you can fight it however you want to fight it. You do have advantage because you're flanking it.
Yeah, okay. I will do... I'll just use my longsword, so let's see. I'm trying to find the button.
You're fine.
Button. Who's got the button?
14?
A 14 will not hit this thing,
Okay.
but you're level 5, so you should have 2 attacks.
Oh, yeah, I have an extra attack, so I'll just try it again then. All right. 22.
Oh yeah, 22 hits.
And then it says 9 damage.
You do 9 damage to this thing, and it like as you slam into it, it's gonna try to use its reaction to hit you back. Does a what is it, plus 8? 22 hit you?
Yes.
Sorry, 16.
Welcome back.
Rhodey, that is that is 12 points of damage. As this thing, like, as you slash into it, it whips this like violin string thing around your hand and pulls you into its blade and slices at your throat. Are you conscious?
No. I had 6 HP, so that's double what I had left.
Okay, so you fall to 0. I don't know if you've had to be in like death throes before. What happens is you fall to the ground, and you were unconscious at 0 HP, and you'll start making death saving throws. Don't make them publicly. I don't know if y'all can see each other's rolls. Can you?
Yeah.
I
We
think you
have
can,
been
right?
so
Okay.
far, yeah.
Find a dice roller on the internet in the next few minutes. Find a D20 roller and DM me every time you roll a D20. Okay.
I'm gonna find
I'll-
a nat 20 D roller.
or get a D20 if you have a dice.
Google does it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And just roll one for me, and don't tell everybody else. Just DM me what you get. Okay. Not yet. Whenever it's your turn.
Yeah, I understand.
But you fall unconscious. You all watch as suddenly you just like a sharp chord on a violin is played as you turn and look as Rhodey's blood is splattered against the wall and he falls to the ground, shaking.
No,
and
Rhodey.
bleeding.
Me
Ras, sorry. Sorry. And
My
Cleo, you got
immersion.
back just in time. It is Iris's turn.
All right. Sorry. Did the door open? I died before
Yes.
that happened. Okay.
You did.
I
Kaida
tossed
ran
it
over
away
and
like
opened
day
it.
old bread.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Excellent. I'm unfortunately the most immediately threat is right in front of me, so I'm going to attack that.
Okay.
I've got
With advantage
Shillelagh out.
because it is
Fucking God. Yay.
with Red Vault next to it. It has advantage to attacks.
I believe I bumped this up to a D10, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, is it gonna?
Ooh.
Did it?
What? Oh, that's with it. Okay, advantage. Got it.
Okay. Yes.
The first attack definitely hits. You do
Ooh.
8 points of damage. You watch as like you slam into the side of this thing, its shell cracks further, and you start to see this like greenish liquid oozing out of this one. Unlike the other one that died whenever it was hit by the lightning bolt, this one is like starting to like drip and ooze all over the floor in this very strange way. And its face, the two eyes in its face are like pulsating in a really awkward way.
Awkward way, you say? Okay. Don't like that. But I'm gonna do it again. This doesn't look grappleable, does it?
It is large. If you can grapple a large creature, you can grapple it.
I'm too lazy to check, so we're just gonna hit it.
Grapple a
Oh
large
shit! I didn't do it with
creature.
advantage. That was a 26.
Roll again in case you crit, because that hits for sure.
All right, let's see. 11 damage is still the. Oh, 11 twice. 11
Yeah.
force damage as well.
How do you want to do this on this thing?
Ah, hell yeah. She's going to I think in rapid succession, she's gonna with her staff hit each of the eye stalks like into its head, like boom, boom.
This feels personal. She's had snails ravage her flower beds for too long.
If she had salt, she'd throw it on him, but she doesn't.
You watch as the stalks on this snail collapse into its head, and it like starts oozing out this like foul-smelling liquid, and it falls to the ground sideways in kind of a strange like lulling manner, as if it was like passing out. And you watch it hit the ground and pass away.
Okay.
What else would you like to do?
Oh god, do I want to be crazy?
Be
Do I wanna be
crazy.
wild? I'll be crazy
Be
wild.
wild.
She turns around and she sees that the door has been thrown open. So she walks over. That's what, 15. I think I can get to it and I can use my last unarmed attack on this guy.
Yeah, you can get to him.
Yeah.
This might be a horrible idea. She sees the state that Raz is in and she just kind of goes, Grandma, because now technically he's part of her family. Even more so than he was before. And even with everything that Adriel has done, that's still Charlotte's chosen person for now. And, you know, mostly she's there for Raz, so she's gonna try and attack this guy. It will be an unarmed strike, and I will likely try some shenanigans with him, because this looks like a grappleable.
You can grapple
person,
anything
but let's
up
see if
to
it
one
hits.
Very
size
humanoid.
larger than you as well.
Amazing.
Yeah, I don't think it matters what shape they are. I think it's more like you can just
Size.
get him.
Rip
Fucking
its
grab
fucking
'em.
legs off.
All right.
So you want to try to hit him and grapple him. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that,
I can.
that'll hit.
Thank God. Okay. I've been rolling for the past like
know,
half
I'm
year.
sorry.
I've been
Let's
rolling
point
like
out, I think it was about 10 sessions ago, you like the dice are transphobic.
shit. No, they're homophobic, but
Homophobic.
probably transphobic too. I don't know. Yes. Okay. So first of all, 7 damage. Second of all, I think I want to make this a stunning strike.
Okay.
I had 5
What's his?
tools
He
up
has
and
to
then
roll
I died.
against it, right?
I think so. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna just double check right now. And I think
Grapple
I
Any
his
difference
legs
from
and
the
rip him
Oh,
off.
it definitely
14?
is a save. You what?
Okay. I think it's a con save if I remember correctly.
Yes. Or strength or. It was. Oh yeah, with con, it's for stunning strike. Yeah. Okay. Let's
Okay.
see here.
What's your DC? Do you know?
Con another strike. 1 focus point to attempt a stunning strike. Fuck if I know. I think it's typical like but plus whiz. So like 8 plus proficiency.
Eight plus
whiz.
proficiency.
Yeah,
plus
8
whiz.
proficiency in whiz, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, he got a 16. What's your
Oh, I think
proficiency is
that's
what?
it. My proficiency is 3, and then my
3.
max my whiz is 4. So I think he succeeds.
That would be 17 if
Wait
your
a
wisdom is
minute.
4.
I don't.
No,
know
it's
if
not.
it is.
11 and 4 is 15. DC 15.
See, I was.
Oh, I was doing 10. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah, no,
he
he saves. He
Yes.
manages to like break out of that. He doesn't have any more reactions, so he can't try to attack you. But you see is like he restrings his bow, like this strange like bowstring he's using, after
let me
like
just-
pulling it out of Raz's neck.
Oh, let me see. Just, I'm so sorry, folks. Just for shits and gigs, what my action economy is with the grapple, because I think if I hit, I can attempt to grapple. I don't know if it's an extra move to do so.
Normally, you replace one of
I'm
your
check-
attacks with a grapple. Do you
I
have,
have
do you
the
have a feat
grappler
that does a
feat.
thing?
I do.
Oh,
Grapplers, when
I
you
don't know how
hit
that
with an
works
unarmed strike as part of the
in
attack action,
2024.
you can use both the damage and the grapple. Only once per
Yeah.
turn.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
I try and grapple him as well.
Okay.
Fuck, how does that work?
You can both damage and the grapple action. Now I have to look up how to grapple things.
I should have. Okay, to punch and grab is a thing. Grapple options.
I
This
think
is something for those
It's
of you
a
not familiar
it's a
with
think
it, always
DC
have the
usually-
thing
now rather than an opposed
a D-
check.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And but I think he can't attempt that until the end of his turn.
Um,
Or at least that's how it always used to
Pretty-
be. I don't know
I'm
if that's
pretty
changed in
sure
the
it's
rules.
always been opposed.
yeah.
Because there
I
are some
think so.
monsters that can do
It's
that.
no
That if they hit
longer,
you, they automatically grapple you. But that's rare.
Hold on, I was just.
I think it's
looking at
probably a
it.
DC thing.
pulling it up,
So
too.
the
Grappling's
target.
the worst.
Yeah, I got it. The target
There you
has
go.
to succeed on a strength or dex saving throw. The DC is 8 plus strength mod and proficiency bonus.
Damn,
As
strength.
a
Not-
as a monk, I could
Use
see
dex
you
for yours.
letting her use
Yeah.
dex
Yeah.
instead.
Replacing
yeah.
it for dex.
Yeah, you use dex
Thank
for yours. Yeah.
you.
So what's your DC?
So 8
Si-
plus 3 plus something. Sorry.
Proficiency, which
He
I think
rolled a
is
2.
2.
It doesn't matter. He's grappled.
He
Yay!
grappled.
He can't beat that with a 2. He like tries to restring this thing, and as he's doing it, you like grab him and wrap him up, and he
She,
looks
like,
at you
Black
with this
Widows him.
strange-
Iris is such a flexible little old lady. I just imagine limbs everywhere at this.
Okay. Is there
Yeah,
anything
she's
else
like
you'd
on
to
his
do?
shoulders and like friggin'.
Legs wrapped around his little legs, his arms wrapped around his little arms, and her teeth just like.
She's biting him too. Yes.
I don't know if you have any actions left. Is there
No,
anything
I
you'd like to
am
do, so-
tapped out, but I'm very happy with it.
Look,
Okay.
for all intents and purposes, Granny goes feral for her grandkids. So
Okay.
Grandkid in laws
Charlotte,
right here.
it is Charlotte's turn. She is going to begin casting a spell, and you watch as her eyes start to emanate this like yellowish, like gold-like glow, and she begins to weave this like what looks like almost like a golden string around her. She begins to wrap it up, and you feel a lot of nostalgia, I think, with this, Iris, because you've seen Henry cast this type of spell before. As she begins to like emanate the nature of this place and grow, like you see like spectral grass growing around her, and this vine kind of wrapping around her, and it spreads out in this strange like aura that emanates from her as her eyes glow yellow. And she is going to use aura of vitality, and she's going to use 2d6 to heal Raz first, because she can do this once per round now. And that is 7 points of healing. Raz, you are stable, and you have 7 HP. You are conscious,
Okay,
but you
nice.
were prone.
Okay.
So she is now able to, for a minute, as long as she doesn't lose concentration, heal people. So that is what she is currently focusing on. She will move into the room as well. I think I'm just going to double check something real quick, because I'm not familiar with 2024 druids, but I don't think... Please.
I have the book open too. I'm going to
Made
look
the
at
wizard
something
get
for
the
you.
book out again.
I just want to see what the action is to wild shape.
Bonus action. Although
Is it always bonus now? As a
looks
bonus
like it.
action,
It's
yeah.
just
Okay.
the level 2 wild
So
shape
she can
bonus action.
she can maintain concentration on the spell while she's in animal form. So you watch as Charlotte begins to. What, Iris? I want to ask you. What is something that Charlotte would change into as an animal? What's something that she would have liked to change into a lot as a kid
I
or as
think,
a young woman?
yeah, she was the youngest of the three. So like the eldest daughter, she picked a wolf because like that was the coolest thing. And I think her son picked like a hawk or a falcon or something like that. I feel that Charlotte would be like a honey badger or something like that. Like something that like you wouldn't expect, but you're like, fuck that, or like a Wolverine, something like a little bit fucking feisty that you're like, okay.
I love that. She
Okay.
turns
Some
into
kind
this,
of
like,
weasel.
she turns into a large badger. Like, it has a big stripe down the middle of it, but it's bigger than any badger you've ever seen, because it's like
dire badger.
12 feet long. Yeah, she turns into basically a dire badger, and she's maintaining concentration on the spell, which I think she can do in wild shape. I
proud
don't
of
think
her.
that stops you from doing it.
Yeah.
And so she is shifted into this form to kind of protect herself, but also she is planning to rip this little cricken thing's throat out if she gets the chance at it. That is all she can do. It would be Barrel's turn, but those of you who are close to the Snavil, watch as the strange glowing like eyes in the middle of its face start to move. The stalks that Iris slammed down into its head begin to re-extend, and you watch as the antennae, the eyes in the front of this thing, slide up into the antennae and begin to pulse like this, and its head sits back up. If you guys have never seen this, this is a real thing that
I
happens in
have. I was
nature. There's
gonna- I
a
was gonna
parasite that
ask.
gets inside snails.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
disco.
There's a
I have
parasite
not
that
It's
gets inside
another
snails.
mushroom man.
What the fuck, Ethan? How do you come up with this shit? But no, it had to be nature.
Almost all of it's like inspired by nature, but if you Google I can't pronounce this fucking word, but zombie snails, if you type that into Google, you will look at a video of it, because they fucking move and it's nasty. But this is
Holy.
what this thing turns into in front of you.
Yeah. There are also
you
snails that
watch
get
its head
like
lean back
mushrooms
up.
grow on them too that take them over as well.
Ants.
Yeah.
There's
This
these
is
things that go into
fun.
ants too, and like control
Yeah.
them like a zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And assassin
But
bugs who like decapitate all of their foes and wear their bodies as armor.
You watch this snail-like thing. The thing that you thought were eyes in the middle of it.
Can I still salt it?
I wonder. Hold on. I
Like,
wonder if
you
this-
can
I wonder if
try.
that's gonna work.
You can
Oh no, that's not gonna
That
work.
would be so
Yeah, that's
funny.
what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
Pull
same
your
one.
salt
But
shaker
you
out of your
watch as
pocket.
these like the things that you thought were eyes start to move up into the top of this thing's head, extending its antennae or its whatever they're called things, and it starts pumping back and forth. And as it does, you notice they get larger and larger and larger, as if they're about to burst its antennae out.
Oh no.
And it is its turn, so it is going to move over, and it just kind of runs into Redvault. It like slides alongside you, its shell like resting along your body as it's sliding across into Kaida and Emmy, and as it does, it like gets very, very close to you two with one of its antennae like doing that strange pulsing thing into Kaida's face, and the other one doing it into Emmy's face. I need both of you to make a wisdom saving throws, please.
Can we not do this into people's faces?
No,
Pulsing
with
things in people's
pulsing
faces.
things.
Wait,
Just
a
imagine this
wisdom
thing getting up
throw?
really close to you and just being like,
I
Also,
forgot.
Ethan.
Is our subtitle nerdy and dirty? That's what I thought, right?
Not
I
also
think-
not the chat calling you out, Ethan, that these come from your nightmares, but you'd have to sleep for you to have nightmares.
That's good.
Ethan, which throw?
He's just haunted.
a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, mother.
You got this.
You got it.
Wisdom
Not the highest you said.
save for me too, I'm assuming.
Yes, both of you.
Yeah, that was about right.
You have a flat
That is a
wisdom save.
16.
Emanaya is fine. The pulsing into your eyes does not hypnotize you, but Kaida, you are hypnotized as this thing begins to. The colorful nature of this antennae has you stupefied. You are unable to do anything beyond look at this. You have to focus on this thing's stalk until it is until it is moved, like forcibly removed from you. And any of you around her can see Kaida like looking at the stalk.
Yes,
like,
snail daddy.
Immediate regret.
That just got so much
Shapes
better.
and colors.
I don't make Ethan regret bringing me into this game at least once per round.
The snail also continues to ooze out this strange liquid along the floor. It can hit technically all three of you, so I need all three of you to make dex saving throws. Kaida, you can't make one, so you're just gonna take the
We
damage.
love that oozy
Oh.
snail trail.
Bro, I only got a 14.
It's not bad.
That's a 5.
You only have 14 what?
Hit points. Unless you guys
Oh
did like
no,
a
I forgot about the
rest.
fight earlier. You didn't heal after that?
Unless
she
it was like
wasn't
a
here
rest
when
while I
they
was
Oh no
gone.
no
Yeah.
she did
Somebody would've had a short
Charlotte
rest.
had the bear going around.
Yeah,
But-
there was a
Oh yeah,
thing.
you should be full. You should be full of hit points.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh,
But
okay.
Marie wasn't here to
Yeah, you weren't here when we
do
did the
that.
short rest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Red Ball, that is a nat 20.
made
You
sure.
want to backflip this thing, buddy? How do you get out of it?
Nice.
Nice.
Is it like emanating something off of it?
It's like oozing this like acidic looking material out along the ground.
Emmy's just gone eating shit and falling in it.
Yeah,
So-
you actually like as it comes out to hit you, Emmy, you try to jump away. You realize it's oozing toward you, and you try to jump. It slip into it, and you take 4 points of acid damage. Go ahead, Red Ball.
Because I want my companions to all still have the advantage, I don't want to flip away from it. Can I jump up away from the danger and just kind of flop on top of its back?
Yeah.
On top of that shell?
Yeah, you rolled a nat 20. You were on
Shell
top of
surfing.
this.
I
Oozy
was fully picturing
nasty
the
snake.
most useless backflip, like with the from Resident Evil with the chainsaws coming through the door, landing in the exact same spot, but like having avoided the danger.
I love you on top of this snail, just like gripping it. That's great. And Kaida, you also take 4 points of acid damage, but you should have been at full health, so just subtract that from your full health. Beryl, it is your turn. You see this snail like rise back up from the dead. This strange, like hypnotizing looking pulse action happening in its stalks. Redwald's now on top of it, but that doesn't mean you
Yeah.
can't, aim and hit it if you would like to.
Yeah, I wanna use Beryl's brain first though, and see if I can glean anything from, trying to figure out what this creature is or what effect might be happening to it with that caused that to happen. Nature. I don't know if it's more of a magical
Yeah, this would
source for
be
Arcana.
You can do nature or arcana. You will get different things depending on what you
Yeah.
roll.
If you give me the option for Arcana, it's always going to be Arcana. Because, yeah, I'm
I'm all
just
for
like,
that.
let's see. I'll take what information I get from an Arcana roll. A
Oof,
nat 1
it's a nat
gives me an
1.
11.
Boy. I'll tell you what it is that distracts you so much about this thing. You're trying to figure out like what the effect of this is. And when you're looking at the shell of it, when Redvald jumped on top of this thing, it cracked some of the side of it, and you're able to see a gem on the inside of this creature's body. Much like the mushrooms that you saw before, you see some kind of spider-like tendril, like those some kind of like key-like shape splintering off of a gem in the middle of it. The gem inside of this is green, unlike the black ones you've seen before.
Um, I have more questions. You can tell me how many questions is too many for like a round of combat.
Yeah, you're fine.
It at this point, would Beryl be recognizing or cognizant of the fact that these are well creatures, that these are creatures that came out of a well, or is it anybody's guess that these things might have just come here from anywhere else on the plane?
I think you may have like not been sure what these things were until you saw that gem. I think the second you see that gem inside this thing, it connects in your mind like, oh, this is that. And I think you communed with something too that reminded you of like that pit that you felt like you were in with all those monsters like eating each other.
I think you mentioned that when these creatures started to appear, because like
sound
darkness
was
came
similar.
over us as soon as, we don't know what happened down below, but as soon as she opened up the well and they came out, you said that like darkness came over everything and these creatures started crawling over everything.
Yeah.
That was when you triggered that memory for Beryl.
Right. The sound is very similar to that, but also like looking at this gem on the inside of this thing's chest, despite or whatever the middle of a snail is, despite the fact that it is not black, it is a green gem.
Yeah.
It very much looks like the same kind of thing that's inside the staff that you hold, that was inside those mushrooms, that is some sort of foreign body to this plane.
And this, I might just not be remembering from having learned the last time we were in that well and learning about these gem things. In the general knowledge that Beryl might have from the war and just since then, are these gem things a thing that is just known about well creatures, or does this seem like something new? Or would Beryl just
You've
not
never
know?
heard of this before.
Okay.
Now, I think it's fair enough to say, like, you were in the war, you've studied at an academy that was based around kind of protecting the world from this, like, war that happened. I don't think you need to roll this. You've never heard of this before. This whole, like, idea of these gems, especially the concept of these gems, because if you remember the mushrooms, they were being jammed inside of humanoids. Scarlett had one inside her chest that had been like surgically placed inside of her. I
Is it
don't think
also
it's
like
too
the,
big of a leap.
sea monster dark crystal core thingy that we've got?
That was different. That was I described that as like a bio engine. The way that that thing was kind of functioning, it was almost like a demi plane that existed within inside a creature. This is like an actual like rock. It's like a green glowing crystal that's inside this thing that has like it's hard to explain, like these tendrils that come off of it that are crystalline, but they form in these like key like shapes. So they like zigzag out in these strange like not almost like angular basalt, like if you think about basalt is because it's very like geometric shapes that come off this thing and seem to form the inside of this. For what it's worth, you killed that other snail. Did not see that when you
Didn't do that,
blasted it
yeah.
with lightning, but strangely, this one does seem to have a crystal inside of it.
Yeah. Okay, so Beryl kind of shouts towards Redvald and the others, and it has a crystal in it like the other whale creatures and like they put in Scarlet. I don't know if that's what's causing it to refuse to die, but maybe we can try to take that out. I think at the moment, Beryl, I'm gonna shoot magic missiles at it, and with kind of the intention of kind of breaking open more of the shell around that spot to give us like access to that gem in case we need to excise it.
Okay.
So that's no attack roll because they automatically hit. Level 1 magic
Yeah.
missile, 3 darts is 13 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
The 13 damage slamming into this thing like opens up the back end, of it, like draining it away from your party, so the ooze that was toxic that was coming out of it doesn't spray all over everyone. And Kaida, you were immediately broken out of the hypnosis as this thing like collapses to the ground and seems to be dying for real this time, with the exception that the stalks in its eyes are still pulsating. They're still doing that same movement. The body of this thing is just no longer functioning. It seems like it can't get it's trying to move, You're watching the body like try to creak itself back up. But whatever is going on, it doesn't seem to be capable of righting itself. It doesn't have enough shell and like constituted body matter left to rise back up.
Kai's just gonna shake it off and be like, note to self, never trust anything with that much mucus and that little charisma again.
Reminds her of her ex-boyfriend.
Right. Been there, done that.
Redvald, you are no longer on top of this thing because it is like laying on its side. You can kind of put yourself where you want to be landed. You don't have to worry about rolling anything to avoid the acid that kind of spills out of it, but it is seemingly inert, minus the fact that its stalks are like pumping. And I'm sorry, I've said the word pumping so many
Too
times.
many
today.
times.
There's been a lot
So
of
many-
pumping
So
tonight.
many.
So many.
You put it in there with spurting too, so
Is it
Spurting
moist?
and pumping.
Beryl, it's still your turn if you would like to move or use any bonus
Yeah.
action. You've
Our-
decimated this thing.
Yeah, and contrary to what the map shows, we're in an enclosed room. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So if you can imagine this layout, you were on the inside of the building
Yeah.
that you're kind of on top of. There is a solarium right behind you where Mayhem is standing,
Right.
doing something with the water crystal. And then there's the room to the side, which is like an office that has the people who are gathered in there currently.
I activated stone cunning last session. Do I get the sense through that there are more creatures that are going to pose an imminent danger to us? I mean, it's what, 60 feet in all directions of
Right.
stone contact?
There is something, as you noted earlier, there is something underneath you.
Right, it's a
Not
big thing
heading
or
up.
something.
Right. There is at least one. You're not sure. Because of the amount of vibration, you're not sure how many of these things are down there, but you feel a lot of vibration and movement about 40 feet directly below you. It seems like it's not moving up. It is moving sideways. It is heading towards something. I think with stone cutting, it's a little tough to tell exactly which direction, but it's going to your
Probably.
east, so like to the right of the map.
Okay.
You felt it originally like kind of to your left on the map, and now it is currently a little bit to the right on your map. So whatever it is doing, it is digging underneath the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of run over in this direction. I don't know. I guess 30 feet gets me at least over here-ish. And I'm gonna kind of like, do I have a more or less a line of sight through the door into the office, or would I have to be at a
Yes,
different
the
angle?
door is very
Okay.
large. It's like a big double door, so you can see the Kraken, you can see the large now badger that was Charlotte, you can see Iris grabbing the Kraken, you can see Raz on the ground, but like the wound that he had across his neck is now like scarring up and sealed, so you can kind of see everybody in that room.
Yeah. So Burrows is gonna shout in there, Raz, Adriel, stop dawdling. There's something big and it's moving with a purpose. That's I've done a lot. I've taken up enough time.
Okay. Then that makes it the Kraken's turn. The Kraken is apparently grappled by Iris, and he does not like that. So he's going to try to attack you.
Oh.
He gets 2 attacks.
Oh.
I forgot that was a thing too.
Okay, I don't think that second one's going to hit, but he has a. I got to do math in my head. 25 on the first attack,
Well, that
and the
does.
second is a 14.
Doesn't.
Okay, so you watch as you're grappling him, he wrestles loose one of his arms and runs this like, again, it looks like a violin bow along his arm, like stringing a strange discordant, like ring. And as he does that, he whips the cord across your, like trying to whip it across your neck. And he is going to do. Only 8 points of slashing damage as he rips this across your like neck area is what he's trying to aim for. He's trying to cut
Nice.
you off.
Can I use my reaction and do the monk thing about that?
What do you want to do about it? What does the monk think about it?
It's the
deflect missile.
That's it,
This is
deflect
not
attack.
a missile.
You can
It's a
deflect
deflect
melee.
attack.
You can
all
deflect
attacks.
melee now.
Oh, yeah. Then
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
do it. Deflect all
yeah, I can
attacks.
take a
Ooh.
reaction. 1d10
this.
plus my dex modifier is what I will reduce of that damage. I'm just gonna roll a good die. 1d10. Oh, roll please, thank you.
that
Yeah, I
damage is
reduce
all
it to
gone.
nothing.
Yeah, you reduce all of that. What happens if you do that? Does it do anything special?
I can activate a thing to redirect, but I don't know if I want to.
Spend
I
one focus
could.
point to redirect some of the attack force. You do so, choose a creature within 5 feet. So 60 feet and
It accidentally redirect it to Adriel.
That would be very, very
no!
good.
Damn.
Nicer than me. I was gonna say Raz.
Wow, thanks.
Actually, I do. You know what? Fuck it. I am gonna redirect this attack at this creature.
Okay, all right. It has to succeed on a dexterity saving throw, or it takes damage equal to 2 of your martial arts die. So count down the.
Is he hindered in any way because I am grappling him?
He's
Because of
grappled, but he doesn't have disadvantage. Go ahead.
Because of your feat, you have advantage on attacks against him. I don't know if that counts for this. Because it's
with
it's
that-
on you attacking
Roll, so
it.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he did roll an 18 on the die, and he has a +6, so he's gonna
Bastard.
succeed. I don't
But
think
he's not
you take.
Dexy because I'm with him. That's fair. We can do it like that.
Yeah, I mean, he manages to like slip just enough in your grip. Like he puts his feet up on your chest and pushes his head back as it whips back around at him. That he ducks through this and then like pulls himself back up. But you're still holding him very, very diligently.
Yeah.
He's going to use his third attack.
Oh!
To try
Pushing it.
to... He's going to try to use his third attack to try to kick Raz out the window.
This thing is so goddamn rude.
Why is it
He's
cut
a
three
mean- he's a
attacks?
mean
It's
motherfucker.
wild.
I mean, that's a 13. That's not going to hit. It landed on a 20 and then rolled over to a 5. So feel happy about that. But he goes to like kick you in the stomach, Raz, and as he does, his foot just hits your arm. Well, I guess you're laying down. He like kicks you in the chest as you're sitting up, and then kind of looks at his foot like, "Oh, that didn't do anything."
Abs of steel, baby.
His,
Crazy
his
Never
foot,
mind, kick him
his
again,
foot
Cricket
slipped
Man.
on one of your cum gutters.
Oh God!
You said it, not me.
Slid right off.
Oh god.
Wait, are you wearing a crop top like breastplate? Because that would be
He's
really
wearing a
funny.
bikini.
Hey, crop
the
top
armored
breastplates aren't
bikini.
only for females, all
The
right?
armakini.
Are
Yeah.
you really just like? That's
Give me,
really
give me
a
that little
good visual if
loincloth
you're, like,
and that like
There's
top
no
armor piece. Yeah, I gotta show off what all the
like wearing
goods, you know.
football pads.
Yeah, exactly.
No shirt on.
It's the classic.
Everything we've drawn
I'm-
is from here up, so technically yes.
Yeah.
He's wearing an armored crop top, and all his vital
I mean,
organs
if you
are
got
like
it, flaunt it, all
exposed.
right? I'm just
That's why he
saying.
has a shield, so he can be like, I gotta cover the tongue.
That's right. I don't want
I
people
wanna
to
shield
be
it off, but I gotta
allured
protect it.
all the time. I have to choose when
what
people, you know, get to
Gotta
enjoy
beat
it.
the ladies
Is-
up with a
is it-
stick.
Is it just like a belt buckle though, so it's more of a belly button cover than a shield?
I mean, Emmy's seen me without anything on, so
Adriel is his turn at the top of the round, and he's not happy about his fiance having to come into this room to protect him. He is very mad, so he's going to roll to cut this thing's head off.
Not my son could have died.
He has
No,
3
my
attacks, and only
fiancé had
one of them
rescued me.
hit. So let's see how much damage he does. He may not kill this thing.
Does
This
he
guy
take
was-
points to his damage for his fragile masculinity?
Yeah.
Fair enough. He hits this thing pretty well. Like his blade has this like fire effect on it, slashing out of it, but it is hanging on for dear life. Iris, you can feel this thing like it is now very clearly trying to get away from you with the intent of like you watch as it like looks at the window. It's trying to dart out now, but it is hurt, but not dead. Redvald, it is your turn.
Emmy, Kaida, I trust and assume that you've got this thing sorted now. As I step over its body past Beryl, drawing out my great axe, as I charge this thing past the honey badger, past Adriel, and to go and stand purposefully standing next to Raz, as opposed to next to Adriel, as I strike out.
Okay. Roll with advantage because you're flanking.
Oh, I was going to do it recklessly.
Oh, you could do it reckless too if you want, but you have advantage for flanking anyway.
Wonderful. That's a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
For
7 plus
8.
3.
So, yeah, it's a 10 points of slashing damage. I will then attack again.
Okay, thank you. He looks bad. He looks very bad.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah!
Yeah!
How do you want to do this, Red?
Staring Adriel in the face the whole time.
What a power move.
You watch as Iris is holding this thing, and it is trying to cut her, and like now it is trying to like use the pricks on the side of its like cricket-like body to jab into her to try to get away, and it's pulling itself small to like try to get away from it. And as soon as it like manages to hold still just long enough, you whip that blade through its neck, and its head falls clean off, spraying this like black ichor across the ceiling. Adriel holds your gaze for just a moment before looking back at the honey badger, the large dire badger behind you, and turning to put his hand on her, and he starts speaking into her ear quietly. You guys are out of initiative for now, but you do hear. I mean, you, for what it's worth, that what you currently see is the pulsing things are still pulsing inside this snail's head. I don't think you know what that means or what it could do. But they're still moving around in there. You can hear the sounds of like carnage outside, and Beryl has made it clear there's something digging underneath you. With all of that in mind, you start to feel a rumbling. And before, we're going to take a quick break in just a second. I want to get you guys a chance to like go to the restroom, do whatever you want to do, and we'll come back. But we're going to flash down with Sarah not here. We're going to just kind of do scene stuff with some of this. BDSM is holding Henry, looking defiantly at Raziel's mom, who has just opened this portal and given her the biggest, creepiest smile as we ended last week. And as she does, she starts to lift into the air. And she says, "They may have taken my wings, but I found a new way to grow my own." And Beatty looks on in horror as Raz's mother has raised herself up on large, spindle-like insectoid legs,
What?
bridging out of the back of her body, holding her 10 feet in the air as she is aloft with a large greatsword, looking down now at Beatty. And that's where we're going to take a quick break, and we will come right back.
Beatty's fucked.
Beatty is
We are back.
Is it maybe because you haven't laid down in 24 hours, Ethan?
That
Maybe.
I
I've been
love it.
sitting
It's
in my.
so
I think it's because I've been sitting in my booth instead of standing. I normally stand, but when I'm recording for so long, it's fucking up my like. I
I'm
can't
just
stand up
saying,
and record.
we're old. Sometimes you need to be horizontal for a while. Relax.
The only time I want to be
Fine.
horizontal is.
Let us lay you
See,
down.
I have the opposite.
Hell, I'm not even
What?
horizontal during that.
I have the opposite. I'm supposed to be horizontal 90% of the time. Vertical is my enemy.
Top. Vertical's your enemy. I like standing. I have a standing desk. I'd normally be standing. I like standing in my booth, but I can't do it for that long. But sitting down's also hurting my butt. Anyway, let's move on.
We're live.
Hey everyone,
We
we're
are live.
back. We're live.
Take
Real
a
quick,
Pilates, Ethan.
we are going to do a part of our wonderful thing we're able to do because we
Collaboration.
are a D&D podcast and we've collaborated with Tales of Three, the Rainbow Dice Club, is that we want to share an ad swap with them. If you've not heard of them, Aaron is going to do an ad read for them. Please go follow them, go participate. He's going to tell you more about them right now. Go ahead, Aaron.
Are you looking for your next adventure to get lost in? Do you enjoy dark fantasy, horror, slice of life? Are your favorite tropes filled with tragic backstories and a found family comprised of a snarky lesbian, a morally gay grey grump, and a sunshine character? Then look no further. Tune in to Tales of Three and follow the adventures of three unlucky strangers whose fates collide when they accidentally stumble upon a plot to destroy the world as they know it. Throw in some forbidden magic, a slow burn romance, hidden identities, and some devastatingly beautiful baddies who will stop at nothing to keep our trio apart. Mix it all up, and we've got your next obsession. Tales of Three, a Rainbow Dice Club production, is an all-queer Dungeons & Dragons-based podcast that airs on Fridays. Find them at Rainbow Dice Club on most socials and at Tales of Three, wherever you get your podcasts.
I think you're hired.
Lovely.
If you hear that and don't want to immediately hire Aaron or also like our entire podcast to do ad reads for you, fuck you.
yeah.
This is what you get with professional voice actors, y'all. Come on.
You know, I might be straight, but I'd like to think that I'm morally gay.
Morally gay is
Sorry, I read that.
Morally
no,
good.
it
love
fits
it.
I
so
loved it
well.
so
I
much.
honestly
With
think
the
they would.
cast
I
and the
honestly
show.
think they'd love it too.
Yeah.
I do too.
We've hung out with
The
them.
more
and
the gay character be Varys, or
I started to make so much like gay specific content that now my ads have started to turn gay on Instagram, and I've really enjoyed learning about like there's a lot of bottoming products I didn't know about. Do you hate douching 7 times a week? I'm like, what the fuck? Who?
what
Seems
the
like a lot
fuck,
of work.
Elon?
I was
Who's doing
invited
that?
to attend Leather Pride event this weekend, which will be a
I'm here for it.
It is a fetish wear leather craft competition, so that'll be fun.
That's
I'm so
great.
excited that
mask.
it wasn't even a question of like I was invited and I'm not going. It's like invited.
Ew.
Of course I'm going. Yes, absolutely. I'm so excited. Okay, let's jump back in.
Every session, we learn more and more about Ethan and Ethan and
Aaron.
Aaron. That's the one.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm
Everybody knows
so sorry.
Aaron.
That other guy, you know.
The other
The
guy.
other one.
Me
But
over
We
here.
learn more and more about Aaron, and I'm here for it.
That
If
ad
you would
read
like
was
to learn
fantastic.
more, subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah. Where there will be a story that Aaron is reading that already has a part 1, and part 2 is Aaron's fault. Or
And
Ethan's
sometimes we do
fault.
stupid
It's not
things
a-
like hunt ghosts and
too.
See,
yell
you
at
did
them.
it too, Ethan.
Yeah.
It's
I
Aaron's
did.
fault.
I
mean,
did
Ethan's
literally-
fault. See, you did it.
It doesn't help that it's not my name. So I'm like, yeah, that Ethan guy. That fucking. I don't like Ethan more than anything these days. All right, let's jump back in. You were aware of a couple of things that have, like, all around you is this room sprayed out with this like snail entrails. There's these pulsing things within the stalks of the snail. Darkness has enveloped this place. It is dark all around you. Outside the window, if you don't have dark vision, like looking out is like looking into the night, and you can hear the sounds of screams. You can hear fighting. You see like a column of fire randomly appear in the sky, similar to the one you saw earlier whenever the Legionnaire cast it on your party. You see like what sounds like combat all around you. You've noticed that this one snail that has the pulsing stalks also has that strange green gem inside of it. The Kraken has just been beheaded, and Adriel's moved over to his betrothed to speak into her now dire honey badger ear, as she is a large creature, but he is speaking to her currently as you guys are able to do whatever you'd like to do. Redvald, you and Raz have just kind of like formed a bit of a stalwart against this thing next to Iris, who was holding it as it got beheaded. I want to jump to you guys first.
So I drop aftercare on the floor and turn to Raz, who has been knocked unconscious and then gotten up, looks pretty bad. Raz, are you all right?
I've been better. This is rough.
Can you manage? Do you need assistance? I don't have the healing abilities, but we can sort you out if you need.
If you
I
need
do
to
have a
touch
question.
yourself, we can look away and give you some privacy.
That was kind of generally the question I was going to ask. I have lay on hands and healing hands, and I was wondering if I could heal myself.
I am
You can
Go
touch
touch
yourself. Yeah, sure. I
Thank
wanna
you for
leave
phrasing
this
it
up to
that
you,
way.
Rez. The scar this thing cut across your throat that landed you on the ground may have been only the second time you've really fallen like unconscious, like deathly, potentially in that kind of dire danger. The wound stings, but it can be magically healed and disappear. It's kind of up to you whether or not you think your character would keep it. And what I'm saying is like not that you're choosing as a character to do this, but I'm saying like as a player, do you think Raz would be able to heal away this lash that went across his throat just now, or do you think it would be something that
Mechanically
remained?
heal, but cosmetically keep the scar.
Yeah.
It's a good question. I know Raz would probably want to keep this or want the scar to go away, because
you
of
vain
his,
bastard.
well, because I mean the scars on his back are like his nightmare.
Right.
And again, the blemish of failure is not something he likes to cherish. But I don't know. In character, I don't think he would have the ability well enough to remove it.
Okay.
Somebody else might, but I don't think his power goes that far.
Well, go ahead
That's
and
some sick
heal.
Bars, by the way. The blemish of failure is not something he wants to cherish.
Yeah. Fucking
That was cool.
That is actually pretty badass. I do like that. Go ahead and roll your healing, but we'll say like that wound, for the time being at least, like the scar, like turns into almost kind of like a welt, like a white raised spot that stings for now.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll your healing so you can heal up.
All right.
Iris, you're holding a decapitated Kraken. What do you do with it? You just muted as I said that.
Whoops. I was about to say, as it gets decapitated, because a lot of her weight was holding on to the head. As it starts to fall back, she does a flip and lands. And just, like, looks at Redvault. She's like, very nice. Let's get the fuck out of here. And she says that to everyone, and then she goes over to Charlotte, and she just scratch her behind the ears. She's like, oh, darling. Oh, because last time she saw her do this, she was a normal-sized honey badger. She's like, you've gotten so big. Oh, your father would be so proud of you. And I kind of listen to what Adriel is saying.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Roll a perception check. Roll a perception.
You listen in. You're really hot right now. Like, I love it when you take on this form.
This is my favorite way for you to bottom, please.
Oh my god.
If you have to ask please for your bottom, you're not a top.
I think we've already determined pretty sufficiently that Adriel's not much of a top. with a 17,
17,
you
yeah.
hear it, like as you walk up, Adriel like doesn't clock that you've come up to start like kind of petting on her, and so he is still speaking. I don't know. So he is still speaking to her, kind of like not as hushed as he is intended to, and as a result, you hear him asking her to try to find out what's going on underneath the ground. He's asking her about a specific tunnel system, which is what you hear as you walk up. He's mentioning something like, "Are they in the tunnels? Okay, I need you to feel if they're down there." And it seems like she's responding to him, but you're not sure how because it's not audible. And so he's having a conversation with her about that. But he also mentions, as you're walking up, he says, "We need to get them out of the city quickly. I'm afraid of what this might be. If it's one of the older wells, it could be very dangerous." And that is what you hear as you kind of walk up. And as you start petting her, she like makes a big show out of leaning into you and like kind of like stomping with each foot individually and like loving into you. And but also like kind of nudging Adriel to shut the fuck up. Like you can very plainly see this in a 17. Like, hey, shush.
She's gonna do the very mother-in-law thing of like, all right, so the tunnel systems, what do you think is coming?
Iris got
I
no
love
bullshit
Iris.
about her.
Oh, she
I
lost
so
her give a
much.
fuck
Straight into the
years
heart of it.
ago.
I love her so much. Adriel like looks dumbfounded as soon as you say that, and he looks over in the direction of Raz, who I don't know, Raz, if you would be fully paying attention while you're healing. By the way, did you heal yourself yet, buddy?
Yeah, I'm
You
trying
said
to
you touched
find the
yourself?
rolls.
Okay.
I'm on our other thing, not doing the rolls here.
I can find it for you really quick. Hang
Looking
on.
for material to do it with.
Yeah, I'm on our roll 20, looking at it there.
I got you. Hang on one sec, because you are level.
Iris reminds me so much of this patient I had that had the thingy that would lock the doors because it was like a memory unit, right?
Yeah.
And so she got caught trying to get out. And this girl, I was still a nursing student at the time, but she turned to the aide and she was just like, "You lock the doors, but you ain't locked the windows." And she just walked away. I feel like that's Iris's badass.
That is something Iris would say and do.
You go, Iris lost her give a fuck years ago. Yeah, it was called Henry.
So, Raz, you can replenish a number of hit points equal to 5 times your paladin level. So, because you're level 5, you can heal up to 25 hit points as long as you haven't used any of that pool.
Yeah, I got the lay on hands. Yeah.
Right, so that's your lay on hands. Your healing hands you just rolled and you got your 4. But if you want to
Right.
heal additionally, you can take as much of that 25 as you need or want.
It should be 6 because I get my proficiency bonus with it too. That's +2.
Hang
Right?
on.
On the healing hands.
Your
Yeah, it says 1d4 and then it said
No, it's a
times
number of
PB.
d4s equal to your proficiency bonus. So right now it's
Oh,
3d4,
So it's
and
the
just
2.
roll those, and however many you get, you.
you can roll a
hit
third
points.
d4.
Oh, okay, I see. All right. I was thinking I just added 2 to everything, but okay.
No, it's fine. And then you can also, as much of that lay on hands pool as you would like to use, you can.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. All right.
That makes
so,
it 7
7.
plus whatever you need.
All right, thank you.
But I think you're concentrating on that so you don't
Yes.
clock that Adriel is like, he looks over at Iris. He says, well, I guess there's no point in... The island was carved out of the rock long, long ago. The ground below it was absconded with the island when it came into the sky, but there's a tunnel system that leads down into one of the original wells. And I am concerned that maybe somehow the seal on it has been broken. I assume that is what Mayhem is doing, is trying to ensure that the seal is closed, but I'm not sure.
Do you have a quick way off of this island?
At this, he starts to open his mouth, And yeah, he starts to open his mouth, and you see him starting to say the word "fly." He's just like, "Yeah, fly." He's like, "Yeah, we'll just fly away." But then you see he like stops and looks at your daughter, who's a honey badger. And he's like, "Oh yeah."
And arguably cannot fly. Just
Well, and not just that, but like he recognizes like she's saying something to him. He's somehow able to communicate with her when she's in an animal form.
It's kind of cute.
And
he's got the
and
power
he
of the
says,
furry.
"Oh, she, our people fly, but I guess you and even Raz would need an airship. We
Don't
have
worry,
a few
Iris, I can get
airships."
us down quickly. Was he saying
It's
that
not falling,
the-
is it?
What is that?
Well, it involves some falling.
Oh,
Was he saying that the well is, or that these tunnels are in the, like the bit of ground that got scooped up and is part of the island, or that they're down on the like down on the surface of Toa?
He seems to be identifying that there is a well, an ancient well. He said one of the earliest wells inside the rock that makes up the island. Which
Right, so it's up here with
meta-narratively,
us.
like, right. You guys know meta-narratively, because Sarah's character is down there, that there's one in the
Down
office
there. And there's
lab
actually one up here too then.
that's down there. But it sounds like there's also one they've been containing for a very long time. This sounds incredibly strange to, I think, all of you, except for, outside of the one in Pilgrimage, there are not a lot of known, like, maintained wells. Kaida, this does not sound strange to you at all.
Wait, are we getting Kaida actual
love that.
fucking story?
Not in character. But yeah, so like I don't know if you realized that that's what he was suggesting, Cleo, when you said you have a quick way off the island, because he's suggesting that it's just in the tunnels up here with us.
yeah. But I think Iris is like,
You
this
want to
place
flee.
is infested.
Yeah, fuck
We
this
should
place.
fucking bounce. She's practical, not necessarily a noble hero.
Yeah. Adriel begins explaining there are airships. The challenge is going to be getting to them because the airstrip is on the opposite side of you're on this island in the middle of this like city state, and there is only maybe one or two airships here, and he is assuming that those are probably gone. And so he'll say like there's an airship field on the western side of the island, but you would have to make it across all of this.
Iris, as soon
But,
as we can get to
I
an
have-
edge, we can get down. It's fine. Don't worry about that. But if there's a leaking well up here, we can't just leave it. If all these people die, the creatures will just go down and they'll endanger everyone on the surface. We can't just leave it.
Oh,
He's
barrel.
right, you know.
We're well divers
Oh,
now, Iris. This was your idea. You talked me into it.
Fuck. Shit. Yeah. Fuck. You're right. Yeah.
I mean, Emmy's kind of looking down at the Snavil, by the way. I mean, aren't they a culture of warriors? Why do they need us?
Oh, she's slinging words.
Emmy, while you're looking down at this thing, will you roll a nature check? And I also want you to roll a perception check as well.
We should burn that thing with fire.
I'm about to spend it. So that's a 19 for the nature.
Okay.
And
Wow.
you wanted a whatever the check?
Perception.
There's a 16 on the perception.
So on the 19 for the nature, the strange like pulsing creatures inside this thing's stalks, you recognize as some kind of parasitic like creature. Whatever is inside this thing is still alive. It can't make the body of the thing move anymore, but that doesn't make it less dangerous. And if it finds another creature to inhabit, it may very well do so. So killing them is probably wise. With a 19, you recognize that you're not sure how, cross zoology, whatever you want to call it, cryptozoology, it might be to like get into a humanoid-like creature's body, but these things seem, regardless, dangerous.
It's like a
either way.
tapeworm.
Yeah. In fact, as you're, focusing on that, you realize that very slowly one of them is trying to like move down the stalk. It's going to take it a while, but it is in the process of trying to do so.
Well, I would like to simultaneously stomp and crush on its head while getting my hands around the gemstone and just yanking it out.
Okay.
Valid.
All right. The roll a strength check to yank the thing. Crushing these things is easy.
Shit.
Um,
I rolled well. 18.
oh, okay, 18.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. so
Clearly, when
you-
I'm filled
you
with
stomp-
righteous fury.
Oh, girl.
you stomp on the stalks of these things easily, like you watch as these things like stop moving, and so
I
they're
make sure I
clearly
grind my boot.
dead. You're squishing them
For the
really good.
parasite in the
And
parasite.
then you reach down, grab this gem, and just yank, and you watch as it like shatters all the like key-like appendages that come off of it, and it rips like this thing's whole body like lifts up as you tear it, and you just manage to like rip it out of it. And as the like crystalline structure is like shimmering after being broken, you look up and see Mayhem is looking at you. Her eyes are still like rolled back into her head. Her pupils are white. But she was looking the opposite direction, and now she has like pivoted to look at you. And as soon as you look up at her, you recognize that she is trying to speak, but seems like she's not able to be very loud.
Can I hear what she's saying?
If you move closer, you realize that you'll be able to.
I shove the crystal into Beryl's arms, just dump. And I'm not going to climb over it. I'm not going to be like walk through the Snavil corpse, but I do move closer.
Okay. As you get closer, you hear what Mayhem is saying. She's saying something over and over again. You hear her saying, "I'm gonna have to flood it. I'm gonna have to flood it. I'm gonna have to kill them. I'm gonna have to flood it. I'm gonna have to kill them. They're all gonna die. I have to flood it. I have to." And you realize outside the window that the water on this island has risen quite a bit. In fact, as you like turn to look out the front door, this island had quite a runway up to this area. The water is all the way up to the area you were sitting out with Redvald earlier. And you're not sure exactly where she means to flood or who she means to kill, but she is flooding this island somehow. We're flooding something, but the water is rising here.
Do I do? Can I grab her arm, lean close, and say real quietly, "Do it. It keeps everybody else safe."
Okay. You are gonna have to either make it's a Constitution saving throw. She's covered in this like ice material that she's using to protect herself.
Yeah, I still grab it.
Okay. All right. Roll a con save. We'll see how much damage you do if you take any damage from it. You've been rolling like gangbusters, so
11?
11. Okay, it's not gonna save. You're gonna take a little bit of damage.
That's fine.
That's just a D6. You take 4 points of cold damage as you grab her arm. And you watch, as soon as you grab her arm, her like, again, like, because she has her eyes rolled back into her head, her eyes just like lull back. She looks directly up at you, and you hear her say, "I'm flooding the tunnels. Get off the island. It will crash the island. I'm flooding the tunnels. Emmy, leave. I have to be here to do this. I can't leave."
I just yell. I don't move. I don't let her go. I just yell out to the rest of the room. "We gotta go. The tunnels are flooding."
What?
And Beryl is kind of like,
Now.
I think as soon as you shove, well, okay, back it up a sec, Tegan. I think as soon as you shoved the thing into Beryl's hands, because you had also previously said, well, there was a bunch of warriors, can't we just let them deal with it? So then you shoved the thing into his arm. So Beryl would have gone over to Adriel and been like, and can your people handle, if it is a well on your island here, can your people handle this outbreak, or do you need our help?
He looks at you and says, "We can handle we can handle our well. It should, my concern is that it should be contained. It is, it's capped. We filter the energy from it, just like done in pilgrimage we have for centuries, millennia, really. It has never had a break before, so I'm not sure how this happened. I assume that the what I just heard, because he, presumably heard Mayhem shout out or Emmy shout out that he's flooding the tunnels.
Well, yeah, I think as soon as, like, I'm imagining that this was happening kind of simultaneously, and then
Like,
as soon as
as
she
the
says
same
that,
time.
he's just like, well, I guess that solves that problem.
He looks at you and says, it's a contingency, man. If there's a break, we flood the tunnel. Well, Mayhem floods the tunnels to ensure that it destroys the well. But if these things are out of the well, that means our containment is broken. I don't know what's going on down there.
Does it
And
make
you're still feeling that vibration.
Yeah. There's a lot going on, Emmy. Does it make sense that just flooding these, like, the tunnels that this well exists in, because the wells are sort of extra planar, does it make sense that just flooding it would actually contain the well? The creatures wouldn't be able to continue flooding out of it?
Roll an Arcana check.
As that's happening, would anyone of us be smart enough to suggest if it couldn't possibly have been this one that broke? Could it have been the other?
I don't think there's any way that you guys
That we
could
would have
know
an
that
inkling.
right
Okay,
now.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Terrible roll
There's-
got me a 13.
I don't think you guys had any knowledge that there was a well here.
Yeah.
Beatty hasn't been like, oh, we got a fucking problem.
Yeah,
Right,
it's-
she has
and
no
Well,
Beatty has
actually-
no way of sending. No,
Did
she
she
just
say
told you
help?
about being under the tree. and
Under
that
a
she has
tree
Henry.
and
Yeah.
help. Yeah.
She has Henry. Yeah. Sadly, not
fair.
a lot you can do there. Yeah, even with a 13, even though you rolled a 3, what you would know about these is that wells are highly reactive to the energy that they are either strong or weak against. You get the feeling bugs would not be something that are weak to water. In general, like if you flood out any kind of like insectoid type area, they just come out of it. Right. They won't that won't stop them. So you're getting the distinct feeling that this plan doesn't make a lot of sense, and maybe it's not designed. You're getting the like mismatch of like this plan doesn't make sense for what I'm seeing around here.
Right. So he questions it. He's like, "What do you mean contingency? Flooding the well if it's leaking, if it's opened and monsters are coming out. Flooding the area is not going to do anything, is it?"
Also, this must have been a very new contingency plan.
Right,
Like,
if it
this
involves
hasn't been
someone-
hundreds of years. This is, she's only been
yeah,
around for a while.
We have other plans that were kind of based around the idea that we have a battalion basically stationed down there, and their goal is to prevent leaks. Just like, again, you're well divers, you're experienced with the one in pilgrimages. There's a whole layout of basic like containment shells and arcane seals, and I never would have expected it to get out, but since Mayhem came and ours is our well is contained with these fire beasts. I'm not, we assumed that flooding it with water would be a great kind of backup contingency.
Fire beasts. What do you mean fire
aren't
beasts? These are
fiery.
weird bug amalgamation things. What do you mean fire beasts?
Well, this thing was, but it does. I don't know if it has fire abilities. And he looks through the large door, having only seen three of these creatures so far.
yeah. No.
And
None of
looks
what we just
around,
fought
sees
out
the
there
like.
had anything to do with fire.
It's also very dark outside now.
I feel like somebody's burying the lead here. Where is the fire? And can we jump?
Nice.
I would prefer
the
if we found another way of getting down than jumping. That does not sound like fun.
Come on.
Well, if speed is of the essence,
really wants
there's
to fly.
there's nothing better.
You are Adriel begins to kind of explain and I'm not going to walk you guys through all this in character, but like he begins to explain that there's a tunnel system that exists underneath this solarium. There is a like stairway that opens up beneath it, and there are a few tunnels that lead into it that are actually located underneath the lake that is outside of this island. And the way in which they are able to get in is because of their fly speed. They also are able to swim under the water, and so there's a battalion that trains out going into this thing and back out through an arcane ward that prevents the water from going through. But Mayhem is capable of breaking the ward. But as he's describing this, you begin to recognize Beryl, and so at the same time, I think Charlotte is also connecting this, that the tremors underneath you are not coming out of the middle of this area that he's describing. It's going toward it. Something is burrowing toward the well, not away from it.
Oh, I think this is worse than you. I think this is worse than any of us imagined. Is this enough to kind of say fairly that I don't think these creatures came out of your well? I think they're going towards your well.
He
Maybe
looks
flooding is the right
confused, but
move.
like,
It would be pushing it away.
It would keep these creatures from getting to that well, and it would keep that well sealed. Potentially.
they are, you do get the feeling that wherever they currently are, they are digging through rock and dirt
Yeah.
to try to get to the well. Which, I mean, granted, I don't know how, like, your ability to kind of feel this is difficult, but the sensation I think you get is that they're not going to have to go through the water to get there.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to go through the earth.
Yeah. Right. And the well is accessed via tunnels. Like, flooding the tunnels would, like...
Yes. It's their contingency plan to
Yeah.
prevent, like, if there were a break with whatever these fire-like creatures are,
Yeah.
this water is meant to contain them, so they wouldn't be as interested in coming out and, like, getting, having to deal with a bunch of water when they're all fire-based.
If Emmy is not close enough to be hearing this conversation, Beryl will be like, Emmy, you'll want to be hearing this. Adriel, you have creatures from a well burrowing through your island toward your well. Flooding those tunnels will only stop them if they can't swim, but it will stop anyone else from being able to get down there and protect your well from these creatures.
He starts to, like, look at Charlotte, who you watch Iris as Charlotte's form begins to form back into her, her own human body. And she looks at him and kind of just, like, looks over in the direction of Raz. And the two of them are sharing some kind of a connection telepathically. You now realize that they are able to communicate somehow through their minds. And, excuse me. And she says, we can stop Mayhem, but I don't know how long you're going to want to do that. If this well is freed, the one... Raz has been there. Raz has been in the well, and they train all of the greatest warriors here. He can tell you about the horrors that exist inside that place. It's filled with fire and brimstone. It's like the hells themselves come back to life. The hells which no longer exist, somehow seemingly inch and are echoed within this world below. And if they get free, they could dominate the world in a way that I don't think anyone is prepared for.
Right. My point is, what's hidden there right now is burrowing through the rock. If you flood the tunnel, it'll stop them for a moment, but they may be able to sluice the water away and gain access to the well. Anyway.
If they can burrow a tunnel to the well, they can burrow a drainage tunnel away from the well.
That's what I just said.
Right.
Is there any way to...
He doesn't know the word sluice.
I thought it was a made-up word. Is
I may
there
not
any
have
way
used
to
it 100%
close the
correctly,
wells?
but it's a word.
I liked it.
Either, honestly.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask the maybe hard of memory, but blatant question. How do we close a fucking well? If we shut that thing down, they can't get into it, they can't break it out. Is that a thing? And she looks
You have
around.
to- Adriel kind of looks at you like, you're a well diver. You have to do... By the way, I'm always doing my best Brody impersonation when I do this. You have to kill the Guardian. We've intentionally left the Guardian and ours alive to train our generals, our troops. but we also use it to funnel. We did previously use it as an energy source, just like they have in pilgrimage. But now that we've had mayhem, we haven't had to do that. Um, but at this point, I don't know what else to do. But you're right; these aren't. He starts looking like getting a clearer picture about what's going on, and he goes, "These aren't from our well. I don't know where they're from."
Well, we have two problems. We have to stop them from getting to your well, and then guard your well while we deal with the second problem, finding out where these came from and sending them back.
I think Dear Mayhem could help with keeping them back and maybe give us a way in. Do we stand a snowball's chance in hell with this? She looks at Adriel. You fought this. You've left it alive by choice. You'd come. You'd help to make up for some things. But yeah, do we have do we have a shot?
It's good. You're such a mother-in-law already. I love it so much.
She's just so hardcore judging him.
Adriel actually looks, when you say that, he looks at Raz, and Raz, he's waiting for you to speak to it, because you've been in there. You've fought against these creatures before. I think the concern that you can see on his face is pretty plain, that he is kind of like saying, I'm not sure if you're up to it. Raz has been there. He can speak to it. But my bigger concern is where these other creatures are coming from. If there's some kind of a break, then we have another well. And a broken well is extremely dangerous. The Guardian can come into this world. And if it does, it's going to be incredibly powerful. We suppress the power of Guardians in contained wells.
I mean, if all goes well, we won't have to go into or deal with creatures from your well at all. And if you think that flooding the tunnels will keep the current creatures at bay for long enough, then by all means do it. I'm worried it won't be sufficient, but I agree. A big problem is finding out where these ones came from and dealing with that. The question is right now, some of them are moving towards your well for a purpose. How do we stop that?
Yeah.
Raz gonna look at Adriel and be like, "Will your power help us with this?"
He starts to kind of like look at Charlotte, and he says, maybe. I've closed wells before. I don't know what well I'm closing, though. But I can try.
So, Raz would know the creatures we fought are not the creatures that came from the well he's familiar with.
Right. You have very much like, if you imagine like biblical angels and demons kind of stuff, basically the first, what they have done is they have a pet well that they used to use as an energy source that they have capped, much like the one in Pilgrimage. And instead of training their fighters in the one in Pilgrimage, or just constantly killing each other, although they have done some of that,
Right.
you basically descend into hell, quote unquote. It's not really hell. You descend into
fiery,
a
plane.
fiery underplane where there are like demonic like creatures, and you fight against them.
Right.
And you've been down there. It's a tough fight. There's a bunch of creatures that explode, and creatures that, there are some of them that do look like insects. You've fought some of these like fire like insects, so it's not crazy that he thought this might be from there. But these things are clearly not the ones that you
Right.
have experienced with. These are something else. These are from some other plane, some other well.
Yeah, so I think Raz would be aware that there's something else going on, in the sense of this not being from the normal source, but he would look at Adriel and be like, We need to guard our well and find where these others have come from. Maybe your power will be able to stop them. But we need to make sure that our well is still protected.
Where is everyone on the map where they would currently be?
I have not been.
I know he
haven't
called
touched
Emmy
it.
over.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all congregated.
We're nearest
In
the
some
snail
like in the
place?
office
and
room?
Mayhem.
Okay.
I thought we were out here.
Okay. Then would everyone, I think everyone at this point, roll a perception check for me.
Yeah. 17.
And Emmy, you look like
10.
you're in thought. I'd love to hear any ideas that you
17.
have. for something like-
Well, I'm just trying to
Go.
remember.
Yes.
When I attacked Raz's dad before and I went like full light,
Mhm.
Mayhem's power also seemed to spike, right?
Yeah. It did. And it's a good time to be thinking about that too, because Raz, you, Redvald, and Iris, and that is it. All the three of you realize that Mayhem has stood up, and Mayhem has the like crystalline shield that she had around the floor of her has dissolved into water, and she has been walking backwards slowly, not intentionally stealthily, but she's been walking backwards slowly toward the crystal, and the back half of her left foot is submerged into the crystal. She is fusing into it.
I'm still obviously holding on to her.
Right.
Can I like, just because Emmy's doing her thing,
Right.
can I like basically try to channel or call down my patron to kind of like, you know, the darkness is descending, send me light kind of thing, to try and empower, like, because I'm just thinking about that, to like essentially power my sister up or whatever it seemed to do, our proximity, make it stronger or whatever.
I want this to be it is pitch black, so I want this to be a check. I'm trying to think of what to do.
Yeah, because ideally if it works, like she blinks, opens her eyes, and it's just blinding light coming off of her. Because I don't think I've taken my vitamin today either.
You haven't, but that's not necessarily the problem.
I don't
You
know.
owe
I
them
don't know what the
one.
vitamins do yet. Honestly.
No, I know, but the problem that I'm concerned with is that you owe them one, and Nightwing is
But we're
right
also
there.
in the home of Nightwing, so
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what, roll an Arcana check with advantage. I'm going to give you advantage on this. The DC you're looking for is 15.
19.
Hey.
Ah.
Emmy, as you are trying to channel your patron, you hear that similar fuzzy noise, that like, again, static, like, and you start to hear a voice, and it says, "I will protect you and your sister. But unlocking this power, I will kill Nightwing." You were the only one who hears this.
I nod, and through my feet, I cast water breathing on all my friends and Iris's sister, minus Adriel.
How many people can you hit with that?
10, including myself. So
Yeah.
I actually have one spot spare. Well, 2 spots spare without Adriel. So
That's so fucking funny.
Crazy enough, very similar to the last way we kind of started or ended an episode. This darkness is emanating from the ground, an area that none of you can see. It's coming up in a cone, spraying up into the sky, seemingly into the stars. It's going all the way into the atmosphere in this large cone, kind of covering you in darkness. And as you're having this conversation around, like, how do we solve this problem with this, you start to feel the ground start to shake directly underneath the crystal, which is the area that he's mentioned is like where the tunnels connect to this primary well, of which you know now exist. And as you start to feel that shaking, very suddenly a beam of just brilliant light slams down into Imania. Yeah. And as it does, sorry, slams down into Emmy. And as it does, she is not illuminated in the way that she was before. Her skin doesn't turn to light. She doesn't seem to be like a big ball of light and fire, but she is completely cascaded in this light. And all of you watch very quickly as what looks like a form, a humanoid form, just falls out of the sky and lands right into her body. This like translucent, like almost like the form she had formed before, falls into her. Emmy like hunkers down a little bit and opens her eyes. And Amania, you are a passenger in the body, within your own body. As Mayim's powers become fully unlocked, she was like forcing her body into this crystal. She turns into water again, like she had before. The pact now sealed of what you promised. And she slips into the crystal, and you hear the water around the island start to raise, but you also watch outside as a huge sphere of water is forming all the way around the area you're in, sealing the entire island as it begins to cascade into ice, sealing around the bottom of it. You watch as it just like starts to go as Mayim is able to now fully control this crystal in this unlocked form you've given her access to. Emmy, I need you to roll on spell attack with advantage.
What spell?
Don't worry about the spell.
Whatever your spell attack modifier is.
Yeah, just roll like an Eldritch Blast twice.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you how much damage to roll.
Eldritch Blast, alright.
Whoa.
So that is a nat 20 and a 9.
Okay.
Holy shit.
This normally is 10d10. You critted. It is 20d10. As you unleash the power of the sun directly into Nightwing's body, I need you to roll 20d10 damage against Nightwing.
Oh, fuck.
Adriel, Raziel's father.
20 d10, you said?
20d10.
Insane.
He has a lot of hit points, but I don't know if that's going to do it.
It's a lot of dice, though.
Yeah, it is.
That's
a bit already.
108.
Above average.
Raz, you're standing an arm's length away from your father as you watch this light slam into Emmy, and this form, seemingly much like the form she took on earlier, seems to fall out of the sky, land into her humanoid body, her eyes opening, and as they do, just light blasting out of her eyes directly into your father. And as you turn and look at him, you hear Charlotte yell, "No! No!" as you look and see a hole the size of his entire midsection ripped into him, his wings burned and drifting off into ash off of his back. He collapses to the ground, his body barely able to hold its own form. As he starts to collapse down, he pulls his sword at the last second, trying to protect himself as he saw this coming, but he didn't make it in time. And as he falls, he scatters the sword across the ground, blood just draining from his body, and he desperately cries out and says, "I love you." And he falls to the ground, and you watch as Charlotte screams, runs to him, cast healing over and over and over again, but nothing is bringing him back as his wings turn to ash. And all of you watch as the ash from his wings rises up, swirling into the sky around him, and drifting down to the back of Raz. Raz, you reconstitute your wings in shadow. You feel a new energy swell around you, and you feel memories flood you that are not your own. You feel things that you've never felt before. And by that I mean your father's love. Your father was desperate to love you in the ways that he knew how. And he always felt like he was failing, constantly, trying to maintain some kind of warrior tradition within his own family after he had to cast out your mother. She tried to kill you when you were young, something that you didn't know, that she had tried to sacrifice you.
Hmm.
And he wanted you to be strong. Stronger than anyone. Strong enough to become the Nightwing, strong enough to become the Scion, to lead the new age. You look through his eyes as you fall off of the island, tears streaming from them, fear, shock. And then you feel the love of Henry, his new son, the love he had for Charlotte. And then you feel something darker, something pulling at you like a thread that you didn't know existed. A thread that connects you to Emmy. A thread that's connecting you to the crystal where Mayhem is. You are a Scion now. You are innately connected to the elements of this world. And you can now fly. You have wings. And you are connected to the shadows in a way you never expected to be. Much of this world, much of the way you were raised, was as a warrior, was as a lie. A being of light, a being of radiant energy, you were always told. But now you know the power of that crystal has been used to hide the blackness of all of your people's wings. It's why none of you ever leave. The second you do, your wings turn black. It was all an illusion. Your strength, your family's capabilities, the righteousness of your people. But you still served a purpose, good in its own right. And your father loved you deeply, in his own way. And when he cried out as he died, he wasn't crying to Charlotte, telling her he loved her. He was telling you. Emmy, your patron rips out of your body. Violently. You feel the burn leave you. As you have unlocked Mayhem's power, she is able to control and protect this island. You hear the beast outside drowning, dying to the cold. It's freezing the bugs, preventing them from doing anything. You may still have to take action with the well somehow, but you have saved hundreds, maybe thousands of people. You've protected your friends, and the mark on your hand disappears as you no longer owe your patron that favor because you have killed the Nightwing. And that is where we'll pick up next time. We'll punch and roll for initiative.
Woo!
Oh wow.
I didn't expect that. Yeah. And for what it's worth, we will, when we pick up next time, the island is, if you imagine like a half frozen like crystal ball where like the water is going to fill up on the inside. All of you can breathe now thanks to Emmy. But it will drown all of these bugs on the outside. The problem is what's inside the tunnels, which made it be immune from this. So that is your only current concern. But you did just save a lot of lives and, you know, potentially killed a lot of enemies.
Fuck yeah. Oh my
Dang.
god.
I mildly dealt with Iris's problem too.
He wasn't a great son-in-law. You know, if he was, you know what? If he was meant for Charlotte, he would have lived.
Iris slowly puts the divorce pamphlet back in her pocket.
The "Are you dealing with domestic abuse" pamphlet she has in her phone. Oh my god. Oh no.
Although I feel like Raz and I might have some beef after this.
You and Charlotte are about to too, for sure. But we'll deal with that next time.
Am I the
real quick,
only one who
because-
didn't think he was as bad as he was cracked up to be? He seemed like he was making improvements to his life
He
and to
had
his
good
society.
food.
I don't think he
He had
deserved
good
that,
food.
to be honest.
I love it.
One man for all the people on this island, though.
That's true. Oof.
Oh, I'm not disputing the math. Don't worry about that.
He was making strides.
I just,
so we'll
I
start
just
on a
feel like,
darker note
I
next time.
just feel like
Yeah.
Redvold's gonna be like, oh, these children are going to make me go crazy.
Hey,
I'm
Raz,
already
mechanically, you have a fly speed now. Whatever your
what now?
normal, you have a fly speed now. So
Okay.
whatever your normal speed was, you can fly that speed as well.
Okay, cool.
You will have other powers that develop as part of this, just like the other people who are scions. They kind of have something that they can tap into. You will similarly have that ability that grows over time, but you can fly now. So, and you do have wings again. They are just black.
It doesn't add. It's not like you have 60 feet total. Like whatever you spend from one speed, you spend from both. It's still.
Yeah, it's just a movement mechanic, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
just
if you
in
can
the
move
air
30
as
feet,
opposed to
you
on
And
can
the
go
flying
up
doesn't
30
mean you
feet.
can. And just to clarify, just for me, just my
Yeah.
interpretation as a DM, flying doesn't mean you can hover and stop in the sky. You've got to land.
Right, yeah. He is.
Yeah.
Gliding.
There are creatures that can hover. This species cannot technically do that. But I mean, it saves you from. You've had wings before. This is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
familiar feeling for you as a person. Yeah, God, didn't expect that to happen. Oh, we're
Yeah.
killing him.
Anybody.
Okay, cool.
Again.
I don't think anybody.
I don't know
expected
why
that
you
to
didn't
happen.
see this coming, Ethan. You made it pretty clear, and Emmy's.
Do you know how
been
many?
like,
Have I? Did I tell you how many hit points he had?
no.
150?
105.
And 5!
Oh.
Yeah.
3 points over made all the difference.
If you
So
hadn't
he's just
crit,
knocked out.
he would have survived. I was sitting here like, she's not gonna kill him. Like it's 10d10, he'll be fine. And then
The
when you
power of
crit, I was like,
alchemy
oh,
to
he
tell
might
that
be
we're
dead.
trying to tell a good storytelling
That's
beat, though, and
amazing.
supporting that.
Yeah, that was good.
This whole encounter started with a nat 20 guiding bolt from Emmy and ended with a crit again.
Look,
Nice.
Emmy don't stand
A
on
divine
business. She
strike
fulfills promises.
They were gonna say fulfills prophecies, and I was like, "Damn,
Yeah.
girl, get it."
Well, I don't know. I actually think there is a prophecy that my dad was following that he thought was regarding to me and my sisters, but I don't know what that is.
Maybe.
Ethan's been given
You
carte
don't
blanche
know.
on that. so.
I have all kinds of fun things in my notes that are meta narrative
know,
things, but I don't
Emmy
expect you to
fulfills
kill all my
promises.
main characters all the time.
Listen.
She's goal
Sword Mama's next. We're gonna take that bitch down.
Well, that was the biggest thing about this whole part for me has been the assumption of I'm probably gonna have to kill Adriel, and then the wonder of what I'm gonna do when I find out that my mom's still alive. But now what's neat is with this transfer of power happening the way it did, I didn't have to kill him. But then I've got all these, you said, like residual memories and stuff.
Yeah.
So
But for what it's worth, your father did not know your mother is still alive. So
no,
you don't know
right. But my awareness of what my mother really was is totally different
what she
because my
did.
interaction with her would have been more of a happy discovery, even with her being evil.
Oh,
of
you're
like
gonna be
a-
so messed up.
And now I know she's
I mean,
not a good.
And to be
person.
clear, too, in your father's memories, you don't get the feeling she was evil. It's more that she was
Tried to
an
sacrifice you.
extremist. Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
your mother
I'm-
was strong to a fault. Like she wanted to protect your people in ways that were not natural to your people, including making deals with certain entities.
Got
and,
it.
Like,
Yeah.
that's
But-
kind of mother got caught doing. Was
Can
like
we
she
also
was
talk
trying
about-
to protect your people.
Can we also talk about Raz having to also, through the memories, deal with the complete identity crisis of, oh, we were so pure, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, we were fucked, and they were just
Yeah.
pretending the whole time, and they punished me for not living up to this ideal that they didn't even adhere to. Like, oh, you got
Well, the
He's
people
gonna need some time.
the
Like,
people
yeah.
did adhere to that for a while until recently. But the big thing for me too is like the awareness of the like every one of my people's been lied to, and like this whole thing of
Yeah.
it wasn't just Raz who was being duped. It was the people. And
Well,
so,
and you now realize it's not. I mean, again, through the memories, we can talk about this out of game, but like
yeah.
the memories of your father tell you that basically the the legionnaires and your father all knew that like they were the Umber, not
Right.
not the Solaire, which is what you grew up to believe yourself as being like beings of divine light and
Right.
blah blah blah. You were actually beings of shadow, which they very clearly the reason they did that was to, hang on, was to telegraph the like, hey, we are so pure and hey,
Right.
we are so like of the light, versus what you actually are, which is,
Of the shadow.
just
Basically
protectors
shadow
of the shadow,
creatures,
which is
yeah.
not evil, right? Like darkness is
right.
not inherently wrong, but that
Yeah.
is
It's just
that is what
different.
you're-
A little bit of so they only started changing once they no longer needed the well as the power source. They got my sister, and all of a sudden they've got a new fucking battery. Like, and then they're gonna change because, well, we don't need to train them as warriors now. So, ugh.
What I like too, though, is Raz has conflicting emotions now based on his and his dad's that are in him now. So, like, the idea of how he felt towards the what's the child's name? Henry and Charlotte. Like
Yeah.
Raz does not like them, but now he kind of does because his dad did. So
But
it's
it's
like,
like a good dad.
it's
Yeah.
like, okay.
It's not a like consciousness transfer too. Don't be like, I got.
Well, no, but it's
My
like
dad's
he's-
living
he's-
inside
my dad's
me.
ex-fiance.
No. But I'm saying like
It's a more age-appropriate
he
match.
has
I'm
he
bad,
has
man.
Well, that's
awareness
exactly
of
it.
emotions now. It's not
Not
just
Iris
his
going,
perspective. But yeah, I like it. I think it's fun.
How do you feel about Raz? Yeah, no, I mean,
All
now
the
you have
features, but a
half-brother
younger
that's
model.
okay.
He's a little dinged up, got some internal damage. But
Chaos
it's
says
fine.
Raz just gained more daddy issues. It's like, yeah.
All the things he didn't need.
1d10 daddy damage.
Yeah.
Speaking of all this, like this shift in information and knowledge, like I'm curious what this means moving forward for Emmy, because you said that this mark went away and everything, but was the grudge against Adriel specifically or against the Scion of Darkness? Because the Scion of Darkness is
wasn't.
not dead; it's just in a new person. Like, what did you
Transferred,
actually?
yeah.
What did
The
your
exact
what did your patron
The
actually
exact wording
accomplish
was
for this?
Nightwing.
Nightwing.
Right.
Yeah.
Nightwing
Which I
specifically.
personally don't know if that's just a nickname for Adriel or if it refers to the Scion of Darkness. My point is,
I'm
Mm.
taking
think
that the
it's- I think
DM
it's
said
worth
that I
all of your
defeated
characters
Nightwing.
having
It's
this.
taken care of.
Yeah, I think
In
it's
character?
worth all of the characters in game. It would make sense that is a concern. I think
Right.
I think in Emmy's brain, like she just solved a puzzle.
yeah, well, I
It's-
get
it's
that.
the pro-
I'm
like,
just saying.
I checked one off, but I think
Yeah.
for Beryl it very much makes sense to me.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Zach is wondering if now I'm the target.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
not,
and
yeah,
one
and-
of your packs for
Yeah. Of
no,
whoever
well,
this
and I, because I get that from Emmy's perspective, her like hands washed, like she's
Right.
done with it. But like bigger picture, is her patron, whatever that entity is, actually, satisfied,
Well,
or is
no,
it just has it
my whole
shifted
pact.
to?
Well, it doesn't really matter because on this perspective, because my pact actually has several tiers, and just because I've taken out Nightwing, that doesn't like all I've done is solve one problem. But part of my pact is I have to take out all shadow creatures wherever they are.
I'm not talking about Emmy and her pact. I'm just talking big picture, like this being
Yeah,
that
like
made
the
this
entity
pact
that
with you.
had that vendetta.
Like
It's
the
entirely
vendetta,
likely,
like
I
the
think.
vendetta was
Yeah.
against Nightwing, but does that mean Adriel's dead? Cool, or is it?
Until
The Scion of
entity
Darkness
that
hasn't gone out of the world; it's just shifted into another person.
Right.
I think we'll
Emmy's
learn
also
this
not
eventually.
stupid enough
That's
to
all
think
I'm saying.
that.
I'm just that's all
Yeah,
I'm
no,
saying.
Emmy-
Cleo.
No,
I'm
I
curious
like
to
it.
see
I
where
like
it's
that
going.
While-
thought. Yeah.
Yeah,
I will point out though that Emmy is not naive enough to think that she's going to be able to defeat the darkness per se, because in Emmy's own opinion, light needs darkness and darkness needs light. There is no winning this war. But
Can't
if she can leave the
destroy
world a little
elements.
lighter than it was, that's more where she's aiming.
Sure. More
I
important.
do think it's a fair concern. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's a fair
No,
concern.
go ahead. It's
I was just going to say, Beryl, you have in the ethereal plane, Emmy revealed that her pact is that she has to destroy all shadow
yeah.
creatures, and that's why she was originally going to chase that fear beast.
I
and
know.
you guys made a promise that you would come back to it, but now Raz is a shadow. He is shadow wings.
Right.
Now.
He's
Yeah.
a shadow daddy.
It's yeah. More importantly,
No, I like where Zach's going
is
with that.
does Emmy get all the XP from killing Adriel, or is that going to be split among the
Yeah.
party as a whole?
Yeah, it's all of
Because,
it.
Technically, it was the page.
seems like a pretty high CR creature, and
Hey, do I get to
Do we level up?
Do I get to bump my health up to 105 like my dad was?
Well,
No, you don't get
Yeah.
that.
I foresee
That
though,
would be
with
cool.
all
That
I
would be good
foresee
to
from
fly.
like a storytelling perspective as well, the complications of Raz getting this knowledge now, but also the fact that Emmy is presumably
Murdered him.
responsible for that. I also agreed to an unlock of power. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. So what does that also mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that somebody said Shadow Daddy because that's literally what when I was writing my notes around like what I wanted to do with this idea. I was like, I'm just gonna make a Shadow Daddy and I'm gonna develop from there, and that's what Adriel became. He was Shadow
Nice,
Daddy, and
man.
I just made him into like
I'm
a
gonna
more
make a
fleshed out
shadow
character.
daddy, and I'm
Look,
gonna make
at
it
the same
everybody
time,
else's problem.
For all
Yep.
his complicated feelings about what's
Dude.
happened, Raz is also like, hey, but I got my fucking wings back, so
This is fucking sick. Yeah.
Also, because we just had a kind of intense session, I do like to just say, like, does anyone need to talk about, like, decompress? Like, is everybody okay? Do we need to talk about any feelings that may have not been cool to talk about?
Can I charge my next therapy session to punch and roll?
Absolutely.
Everyone get on that Patreon so we can send.
Right. Keep our father issues from becoming real life daddy issues.
yeah.
And that's actually partially why I wanted to bring it up. Like, you know, there are real life father issues. There are real life, like, the idea of having a surrogate family is something that people deal with in real life. So if that crossed a line for anyone, or if it like even got close to it, you know, DM me. We can chat after. I'm fine with doing this on the live, just to like, this is something you should do when you play a D&D. If you have a really intense scene that could be related to people's real life stuff, you should talk about it after. And I'm serious about, like, if anybody wants to talk about this stuff after, God knows we all have daddy issues. But but not all of us. I'm kidding. But we want to, like, you know, give ourselves a chance to like decompress from something. Even talk about maybe like, hey, this kind of storyline, let's not do again in this campaign. And I'm fine with having those conversations. I think they're important and necessary. So if anybody wants to do that, ping me and we'll talk about it after. But thank you all so much. I did not expect you to do that. So immediately I was like, oh fuck, what is going to happen?
Don't worry. Like I think I've said before, at least, when we're not streaming and stuff. But I always like to say things to, you know, on stream and stuff to keep it real. I really struggle with making decisions like this because the last thing I want to do is upset the rest of the party. So making decisions that make good character decisions sometimes are really hard because you know it's going to go against what the party might want to do and stuff like this. So it's really hard, and that's part of the reason why, like, I was thinking so hard. I'm like, do I want to do this? Because yeah, it's hard, and especially, like, I'm not saying everybody, but some of us have been part of games where you have ended up being yelled at before for doing things that make sense for your character but counterintuitive. Like, there is a line where yes, you should do what your character would do, but at the same time there is also a line. So
yeah, there's something about being a good player while also like
Staying in
interesting
character.
stories have conflict. Interesting
Yes.
stories have depth and complexity, and sometimes interesting stories like don't address complexities. Like sometimes they just like let things lie because it's what we do in real life. Sometimes we'll be like if you have an issue with a parent, you may just be like, I don't want to deal with that, and you just don't. And that's a thing that happens in real life. So I think you've made great choices. I love any normal campaign, people would toe the line so much better and be like, we have to go into this thing and do this thing. But all of you made very strong. Like Iris is like, fuck this place, let's get out. I don't want to be here anymore. There's an airship somewhere. Beryl's like, I fought in the Spiral War.
No matter how many times you tell me he's a good guy.
Hell yeah. Beryl's like, I fought in the Spiral War. Fuck this shit. Let's go shut it down. Like, Raz is, dealing with his father. Aaron Redvald is very much like continuing to try to play the protective character.
trying to protect us all from our own bad decisions.
From ourselves. Yeah.
Which I have to say, when I decided to set up a barbarian, I was not expecting to take on kind of a
Paternal role.
mentally
Nurturing role.
protective, emotionally protective character.
Yeah.
That's the thing I love so much about D&D games, though, too, is it kind of like we just evolve around the character choices we make, and
Yeah.
and the world kind of gets to revolve around you too. Like your story of being a father is something that happened because you were being so like patronly in the family, in the like family of characters, and it kind of led to scenes with your son and your wife and your children, and all those things are so that's what makes it more interesting, right? Like your family stuff, Cleo, makes the game more fascinating. These kind of ties that your kids have because they've been so independent and disconnected from you. You know, that's that kind of stuff. And Emmy
Which
has
could have
every
never.
right to
Oh,
be
yeah. Yeah.
Emmy has every right to be fucking pissed at her sisters because they just seemingly abandoned her, and then she's like, "Fuck this dude! I'm gonna put a hole in him. Like this guy sucks ass." He
Like,
threw
she's
his
mad at her
son off a
sister, but
cliff.
also
Like,
she's mad at her sister, but also like this, this thing about uh, the whole battery thing, blah blah blah.
yeah, they found a new
She's-
power source in
She
your
found a new
sister,
power
and
source, and in
immediately,
her brain,
like,
she's like, "Oh, so my sister
Yeah.
couldn't leave because you have use of her.
yeah,
I'm
just
mad at my
saying-
sister, but she's my sister. I'm allowed to be mad at her, but
We still don't know anything about Kaida.
no, we
Yeah.
don't.
You don't need to know anything about Kaida.
Oh no, we're gonna get
so
there.
excited.
Yeah, learn stuff
Yeah,
about.
you don't
Y'all don't know a
want
lot about Beatty. Yeah, y'all don't know a lot about Beatty or Beryl or Kaida, but all that stuff is coming, and like,
You
Well, we know-
Kaida's
we
home
know a
is
little
near
more
the
about Beryl
glittering
because-
gash, right?
Because of
So, like,
your family situation. We got to at least see his parents and deal a little bit with that. So we saw he has a pretty healthy-ish family. And then we saw, compared to what I'm going through, you're doing all
Alive.
right.
no,
Yeah.
So-
No, you're
But,
right.
uh,
Healthy-ish. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure Ethan has
Kinda
like
is
surprises
just-
in store, but yeah, healthy-ish.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying. But like Redvald, we know
Sometimes
he's
it's
got a
good.
pretty solid family, even though like he's actually the stress of his family by not being there with us. And so
Damn it, Red Bull.
But
Oh,
I also
because
like
because that was
counterpoints.
the good moment was like him and his wife having to have that like
Yeah.
understanding discussion
Yeah.
of like
Or-
what's going on. I thought that was great.
Are
But-
Grandma
And I
and
like-
Grandpa Redwald still around?
I
Class, for a
haven't
while.
decided. Ethan needs to tell
Ethan,
me.
are they
if they matter to the story, they're very much like everything is Schrodinger's whatever until it
Yeah.
exists.
I
Marie and
do-
I'm not going to spoil anything, but Marie and I just started talking about stuff that will happen in her background because like that's how the game works, right? Like things don't
Yeah.
exist until we
Right.
want them to exist, until they matter in the world.
Yeah.
And that's part of it. That's what makes it fun. A backstory should never be so rigid that it has to be 100%
can't
permanent
grow.
all the time.
Mhm.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I like.
I'm
I'm
Beatty.
just saying, I'm
I've
looking
been
I've
forward-
been trying to
but-
leave my fun facts open.
I just brought that up though because
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to when we do get into Kaida stuff to really
Kaida's
understand her
is-
character.
I'm
a lot
already
more.
so.
Yeah.
The things she and I have talked about. I'm so very excited about. I can't wait.
When
What
I
were you about
started,
to
like,
say?
I made the like slightest sketch of her because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But you guys tolerate me, and Kaida is so fun.
We love you.
And I will say that my daughter chose some of this path, so like
Ooh,
it's
cool.
super fun.
Nice.
Um,
I'm very excited about it.
yeah, I had this different idea for her, and actually some of Redvald's stuff where we were in like the other realm, built some stuff in my head for Kaida, and I've never had to think about a character this deep. Okay, so it's gonna be fun, and I'm
I'm
really
so
excited.
excited.
Yay.
I think the most fun thing, for anybody who ever wants to DM in the like, I'm not saying of our crew, but like anybody watching or any
I
of you
already
guys.
said to Rhodey at some point I want to. So-
DMing is the thing that's so great about it is really good DMs are good at not worrying about the world they've built, but worrying about the world that the players build around
Interact
themselves.
with. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing, nothing matters until it exists for you. And there are like, that's why I've told you guys, like, I have a list of like, I think it's like 15 meta truths about the world. Like, they're kind of like, these are things that are happening adjacent or apart from you. Either one can happen, and you may never connect to some of it, and that's fine. It doesn't matter then. But the things that do matter, the things that matter to your characters, will be plugged into that meta narrative so that it does matter. So like every time one of you is like, I have this, I'm like, okay, then that matters. So if you have a daughter, she's married to Raz's dad,
You can,
and you're older, daughter, your eldest daughter, is currently on an airship, stuck now inside the crystalline bubble. By the way, because she got introduced last episode. I think you may have forgotten about that.
No, she was here?
Do you remember the woman with glasses who was looking down on you with this cool throat tattoo? That's your fucking daughter, dude. The one that I sent you the image of.
Dun, dun.
Wait, when did you send
That
an
was
image?
last when you guys were. Oh, this was a while back. Weeks ago. Go look at your DMs. You and I talked
This is
about this.
Iris and I have memory issues.
I tried to describe her very similar to the image I sent you of like there's this
Iris is,
badass looking woman
geriatric. It's
standing up.
fine.
There's one airship where the woman is standing on the bow of it with these glasses and she looks like a motherfucking badass with tattoos.
That's
your
really
eldest daughter.
funny. Oh
I thought you connected it. Honestly, I had no
no!
idea.
I
you
might have
realized.
in the moment. We'll have to review the tapes. In the past 2 weeks.
But yeah,
Hey!
because she was coming to cause problems with your youngest daughter. That's why you were coming here originally, and then all hell broke loose. So.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That is one perspective I've kind of liked about all
Literally.
of our characters as well, is that we have such juxtaposition of certain characters and bits and pieces. So, for example, Raz and Emmy have such insular upbringings that, like, even all Emmy's fun facts are all around the town and the people she knew, and because she didn't travel. Raz lived in this really insular little community. We just didn't do
That
any of
lied to
that,
him,
whereas
apparently, his whole
we've
life.
got
He never
some
had
members of the
his-
party
Yeah.
who have these such broad, big lives outside of it, like Iris, for example. But even then, just right down to personalities, like Beryl, for example, is a really fantastic thing of like Emmy and Beryl clash on certain things because Emmy's quite emotional in some of her decisions. She tries to be scholastic about her decisions and logical, but Beryl's charisma just being so hyper-logical.
Well, and all of you are pragmatic. You, Beryl, and Iris are all incredibly pragmatic in your own individual ways. And I love that because you're pragmatic to like your patron and the things that you're trying to do. You know the things you need to do. Beryl is like, well, we got to stop these things because this is what is going wrong in the world and we're well divers and we're supposed to do this. And Iris is like, there's a lot of monsters. We should fuck off. Like, it's so
I
funny
just care about the people around me and living.
how all of you are so realistic, but within different realities that each of you are living alongside.
That's
each
how
other. It's
Iris
so
got
good.
to 85, man. She
Iris is
didn't
like,
do
I like
shit.
you and maybe like 3 other people.
And I
We're
said
gonna
this
save
to Rhodey
my
as well. I
grandson,
said
and we're gonna leave.
I said this to Rhodey as well, though. Like, Emmy and Raz both have intense loyalty and honesty situations of
Yeah.
people who I will be like, Emmy will be loyal to those who are loyal to her, and Raz is the same. And yet, Emmy and Raz clash on their perspectives because
She
and I said,
pulled a
'cause we're
blade
actually
on
kind of
me.
you would have done the same
That's
thing.
part of your
'cause you and I are
culture.
similar.
No.
You and I are similar. This
No,
is
no,
the
no. I'm just saying
hilarious part.
that one moment became a core memory for Raz, at least in the how he deals with Emmy. It's just when you're supposed to be teammates, and then that teammate draws a blade. Now, Raz is so loyal that the idea of someone drawing a blade on him that's supposed to be his ally now makes it to where he has trouble trusting her, and it's like he still try to take care of her, but knowing, and then obviously she just killed his dad, so there might be a little more
That's
trust issues
another-
there again. But I'm just saying.
That might be another small problem.
Just a little
You just
bit.
blow a hole in my dad, and then I had all these memories come into my brain about how much he loved me.
Also,
But no,
for
yeah.
reference, you sent me that picture of Eleanor September the 6th.
Wow.
That's why I couldn't remember
we have
it.
been planning this for a while. So I'm sorry.
No, it's wonderful.
Let's be honest.
Ah,
We're
she
all
looks sick
living
as
for the
hell.
moment when the big bad, the raccoon big bad is
Oh,
coming.
yes, Kaida's big bad.
Kaida's raccoon enemy.
Listen,
With
buttons
his
and I got
raccoon fucking
words.
Um,
Give me-
yeah, I think we probably should wrap up. Let everybody get out of
Yeah.
here. You guys, I know I have things you got to do.
Could do.
But I'm gonna stop the recording now on our end.
All right.
Thank you
we'll
guys
say
so much for
goodbye
watching
to
the
chat.
stream.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.